What's going on? I am Nando.
Hey, and I'm DJ.
In my restless dreams, I see that podcast. Mostly nitpicking.
And this...
Love Diggins.
Yeah. Oh, and this is Mostly Nitpicking, a podcast where we pick properties, talk cultural, exclusive details. Woo!
Hey, what are you doing here, man? What are you doing? Huh? Why don't you look like us? Huh? What's going on? What's going on?
Not foreign enough, DJ. Not foreign enough.
All right, what's going on, mate? How are you doing?
Well, but that's the thing. It's like got to be through an accent, but still sounds American. Like, hello, sir. What are you doing here? You know,
why don't you sit like the rest of us? What's going on?
What's your job? We'll get to it. It's great. But this week, that's the thing. Speaking of that, this week we're talking about a little movie that has been on our list for a while, but we refuse to see in theaters. I don't know. Neither of you guys saw in theaters, right?
Absolutely not.
I would have.
So. Yeah, that's fair. It probably didn't last super long, but it
was like, boom.
Yeah. You would go into the theater, sit down for it, and then it would turn back into your hospital bed. And you'd be like, wait, I thought I was going to see Silent Hill. Like, no, you were never even there.
Silent Hill's been out of theaters for months.
Yeah. But yeah, we're talking about Silent Hill. What is it? Reborn? No. Return to
Silent Hill.
Yeah. So that's going to be very fun. It's a really weird movie. For anybody that's like, they should do these other movies, because there are a fair amount of interesting movies out now. We're going to get to them eventually. But
yeah, they all need to get on VOD because some of us have children.
That's
not
true.
that we're naming any names.
Not naming names. I think it's some of these movies. Listen, having seen a certain movie that we'll probably do in the future, I don't think a child would like it either. I don't think anybody really would like it. But I don't think it would be. I don't think it would like emotionally scar a child the way that you would expect a movie like that would. It would just probably confuse them in ways that you would, also be confused.
Would it awaken anything in them?
No, there's really nothing to awaken besides just like being like, Christian Bale's a pretty good actor. That's like the only thing I feel like you come out of that movie going like, that's actually, you know what, better than I expected. For everybody else. But anyway, we're not talking about that now. We're talking about Return to Silent Hill. Before that, I'm going to talk about the news. I have a news for you guys.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure this is real, but I'm not positive. So if this turns out to be wrong or a lie, it's not my fault. But I just saw this, so I want to throw it out here. Are you guys excited for the Oscars coming up very soon?
Extremely.
Yeah, or maybe happened. No, coming up. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
When is the Oscars?
They're this Sunday.
Yeah. There you go. It'll be, besides the conclusion of all of the fantasy league and all that stuff, it will also be just, a wonderful night for movies.
And we'll get even more debts that we'll never do.
That's right. Yeah.
Put a pin in that, by the way.
And we've got a wonderful, host, Conan O'Brien. I think he probably is one of the best hosts of Oscars. He's very, very solid, very funny. But did you hear who was announced as the announcer for the Oscars?
I did hear about this.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay.
Well, unfortunate because I'm the one who might guess it and you're not.
Yeah, DJ, you'd never guess it because you don't know who this person is. I mean, you could, but like based on all the information up until now, you've never seen anything this person's been in.
Okay.
But
they have a silky smooth voice.
That's right. One of the greatest voices. And does the Oscars usually have an announcer? Like, is this usually, is it like something that's reported on? Like, it's like,
not usually.
No, they're like behind a podium with a mic, and it's like, we'll be back with the 97th Oscars after this break. And coming up, it's Patti LaBelle, Samuel L. Jackson, and Jake Paul.
Yeah, it's just like, it's an announcer. It's not like anything exciting.
So then, I mean, they've decided, I guess, to make it exciting this year. And hopefully this is something that continues in the future. It's actually be really funny if every year they got weird ones now. If it was like, because if this person, as we're saying, is like someone who would be good at it, but like if they got like, not Shia LaBeouf because he's bad, but like someone who's known for like, kind of like mumbling a lot or something to do it, that'd be fun.
Okay.
But DJ, it's by your favorite guy, your eventual favorite guy, Matt Berry. Do you remember him?
Matt Berry.
Matt Berry.
The fantasy football guy?
No,
Okay.
but maybe the similar name. But no, it's a different guy. You've only seen him. Well, you've seen him in a couple things, but the main thing that you remembered him from is he played the villager, or was it a villager?
The post-credits villager.
Yeah, in the Minecraft
movie.
In a Minecraft movie. One of the Minecraft movies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember his voice, DJ, at all?
No, not even a
Very,
little bit.
very British and very fancy and very enunciates all the words a lot and stuff.
Okay.
He's going to be a great host. I can't wait for it.
Okay.
Or great, whatever this is. Because I don't fully understand.
Announcer.
Yeah.
He's just like, anytime they're like, and now presenting this person or coming up on the thing.
This is Samuel Jackson's 9th nomination and 14th win.
Yeah,
Wow.
that stuff.
Do you think we're going to see him at all?
They said the camera will sometimes pan to him.
Nice.
Usually between commercial stuff, or if Conan O'Brien does like a bit about it.
I don't know if they're like friends, but they could do a bit. They're both pretty funny. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the only news I could think of that was interesting. Either of you guys have any news?
I have related announcements. Does that count as news?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's like news.
Everyone, it's March.
What?
A month where winter comes to a close, spring starts, and then winter starts again, and spring starts in an endless cycle until July. May vary depending on where you live, but it's also a maddening time because everything, but also basketball, college basketball specifically. Yes.
If it's a maddening time, why is it basketball? Shouldn't it be football?
Madden.
Like the movie Madden starring Nicolas Cage.
That's
coming out later this year.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good call out. Yes, Diggins, you're correct, but also basketball. Everyone, it's time for our annual mostly nitpicking March Madness bracket tournament, where you, the listeners, can submit March Madness brackets in both the men's and women's tournament, up to 2 brackets in each for a total of 4 entries for your chance to win a slot at winning a movie. And sometimes you could just have Diggins win, not the tournament, but like your pick.
Oh, yes. No, I didn't win. I've never won this tournament and I never will, but someone did donate their pick to me once.
Yes.
That's true.
And now you, our loyal listener, can do the same. I mean, you've probably done it before. Unless you're like a new listener, then welcome. How we're getting new listeners at this point, beyond me. So I will
probably, if Nando happens to get new viewers, then they sort of
stumble here. They drunkenly open this.
Like, I want people to talk about this wonderful movie, and nobody's talking about it but us. Like the Ella McKay fans probably wake up every day going, "Has any podcast done an Ella McKay thing?" And then we show up on their thing eventually. So
that's true.
I remember in like the Gorilla Mad Bracket status days where Nando would like take the topic of the podcast we did and post it on like several subreddits of that topic. We're past that mostly. Now. We've made it. We don't do that anymore.
For a certain definition of it.
Yeah, right. But yes, so I will post on the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, just search mostly nitpicking in the ESPN tournament challenge. We use ESPN just because it's the one we've always used. And submit there. I think the brackets are due. I think the first game is like Thursday, March 19th. So I think the brackets are due like the 18th or something like that. So get your brackets in by then, and best of luck to you. And it will be another chance again for us to accrue movie debt that we may or may not get to.
Probably not.
You never know.
Yeah.
If it's good, if it's fun, and like we're excited to do it, that will definitely enhance your chances of it. Us doing it. So
yeah,
keep that in mind.
Yes.
Anyway,
that's it. That's all I got.
That's very exciting. Well, then because of that, let's show them what it's going to be like when we do a movie, because we're going to have to pick one eventually. So, for example, if you picked the movie Return to Silent Hill, this is what it would sound like. Because Diggins, you're in charge this week, I think, right?
I am, because I was so good at the names of movies named after people who don't exist.
Yeah, now it's fun.
No, I just go ahead. I'll ask my question after.
Right. Well, so yeah, we're doing Return to Silent Hill this week, which is a little movie, the third in the Silent Hill film anthology. Although technically it's not a sequel. It's unrelated to the previous two movies, but it's supposed to be in the same universe.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's what the director says anyway.
I believe. I mean, he would know.
Well, he knows. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's a super fan.
He's certainly something.
He loves these movies, and
the movies, sure, yeah, definitely.
Somebody does, yeah.
But to introduce the movie here at Newest Nitpicking, we like to play a little game called the IMDb, B as in spelling bee, where my two esteemed co-hosts have to try to guess the IMDb summary of this movie. Now, you might be asking yourselves, where does IMDb get those summaries? Well, I will tell you. Every week at imdb.com headquarters, they have a crab boil where every employee is supposed to bring in at minimum one crab so they can all be thrown into a big pot. Now, at first, the pot doesn't have anything in it, so they can watch all the crabs like drag each other down and they can't get out of the pot. Haha, stupid crabs. But eventually they fill the pot with water and they boil it and they kill all the crabs for their tasty, tasty meat. But, of course, when you boil a crab for its meat, what don't you eat? Its shell. That's right.
Yeah.
So they take all those crab shells after they have a big crab lunch and they arrange them in a spiral pattern. And then every crab is signed a letter of the alphabet, and everyone sort of just spins around and around in circles on the floor until they get so dizzy they fall over, and whichever crab they land on, that's the first letter of whatever summary they're writing at that moment. So they just take the time to just keep spinning and spinning until they have fallen on enough crabs that they've spelled out all the summaries for movies that came out that week.
That's a lot of crab falling.
It is.
Take them like a lot of time.
I'm not going to lie, it's most of the week.
Yeah, it seems like it.
That's most of the work that they do at imdb.com headquarters.
That's why the website got worse, probably, you know?
Yeah, like most websites, yeah.
Like what? Yeah.
But anyway, I have that crab spinning and falling a series of letters in front of me right now, and it's fine. It's not bad. It's pretty vague. Not that long, but basically
kind of
correct.
Like the town itself, you know, maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah, vague and confusing.
I have a question for Diggins.
Yes.
Just before we start. Does it matter what Nando and I say? Because I assume you have an elaborate tiebreaker to continue the elaborate tiebreaker streak. So is it like a fait accompli at this point?
Well, DJ, like in the past, if you do well in the summary, then you get an advantage in the tiebreaker game.
Okay.
So it still means something.
Okay, sure. I decide who goes first or whatever.
Yes, because you were so bad at saying the names of movies that are the names of fictional people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a fucking swing. Okay. James, a painter named James must go back to Silent Hill where he met his wife after receiving a mysterious letter that may change his fate forever. Met his wife Mary.
Okay.
Is that her name? I feel like it would come up more. I'm not sure.
Someone would have said it if that was her name.
We'll have to check the tape. I feel like we have very similar summaries
for a reason that doesn't make sense to you because you haven't played the game and only watched the movie. That was a very funny thing to say, Nando.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Well, either way, here's my summary. A painter named James returns to Silent Hill.
Nice.
After he gets a letter from a. You know what? How about, let's keep Silent Hill for the end. A painter named James returns to. No, that doesn't work either. After a painter named James gets a letter from an ex, Mary. He has to return to Silent Hill, the evil town that is dirty or full of ash, mysterious. I don't know.
Oh boy,
I don't know how to describe it.
I like it.
I'm not gonna lie, neither of you did very well.
Oh no, a tiebreaker needs to happen.
Yeah, a tiebreaker needs to happen anyway.
And no one gets an
because
advantage, you say? Wow, amazing.
I honestly don't think so. Neither of you did super well.
All right,
Oh my
well,
God.
a tiebreaker
First
it is
of all,
with no
you
advantage.
were too specific, and in some of those specifics, you were wrong.
Oh no,
Oh, were we?
Here's the real summary, the real crab spinning summary.
Mm-hmm.
When a man receives a mysterious letter from his lost love, he is drawn to Silent Hill, a once familiar town now consumed by darkness.
Oh.
Not ash, Nando. Darkness.
Yeah, I mean,
like darkness.
yeah,
even though it gets a little bit later.
And DJ mistakenly referred to Mary as his wife, which is true.
Yeah.
Which is true in the video game, but in this movie, they appear to have dated for a couple months, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
I thought they were married. Fuck.
Nope. He specifically at one point calls her his kind of girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
See, I couldn't tell. Doesn't matter. I couldn't believe anything this movie said to me, so I'm like, oh, he's confused. You know. Yeah.
Anyway.
That would be the big twist at the end. She's actually his wife, not his girlfriend. Oh, he has to pay alimony to the ghost.
The greatest horror of all, marriage.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have a little tiebreaker here. And actually, that lack of familiarity plays right into it because, Nando and DJ, I assume neither of you know very much about the Silent Hill video games.
Never even touched them. Nope.
Same.
Right.
I know this is based on the
Manager.
second one, which is somewhat popular, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is considered it is considered to this day still one of the best and most thematically rich video game stories ever.
Oh,
So I have heard.
cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A fact which is not reflected in this movie.
No.
Not to show my hand about how I feel about the movie. But I put together a short little trivia thing here
Oh boy.
about some not very obscure facts about Silent Hill that I assume you guys don't know.
Okay.
And it's like I said, it's a short one. I've only got 10 pieces of trivia here, so we can get through this fairly quickly, and it's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to say something, and you guys just tell me if it's true or false.
Is it a typing it to you or just speaking it to you?
Because it's just true or false. You guys can just do the 1, 2, 3, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
that's true.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it is false, it is false because I have changed a detail. And so you can get a bonus point if you tell me what the true version is.
Very good.
Oh God. Okay.
But that's just a bonus point. If you can't hazard a guess, then you don't have to.
Do you have to choose false to get a guess, or if after the guessing is done, or after the choosing is done, then do we do the guess if it is false? You know what I mean?
I either one. You can both guess at
Okay.
after I say it is false.
All right.
That's good. Otherwise, I'd go all falses because I want to take some shots at big points. But
That's fair. That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
the plan.
No. You both get a chance regardless of your answer.
okay, cool.
All right. So are you guys ready? You understand the
Yeah.
rules?
For sure.
All right. So, piece of trivia number 1. Silent Hill obviously is a game set in America, even though it is made by a Japanese development studio. And so it has they went for a very classic small town America sort of feeling. Originally, it was fairly ambiguous where it was meant to be set, but over the years, various developers, directors, and just art books and such have hinted at or outright stated various things, which have eventually, now we know Silent Hill is meant to take place in the state of Maine.
Okay.
Is that true or false?
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Nando says that is false. DJ says that is true. And so DJ's on the board. That is true.
Wow.
Obviously, because of the many Stephen King influences on the
trick.
Series, they have decided to set it in Maine.
He should sue.
And it's so sad.
Yeah. In this movie, is it in Maine explicitly, or is like, because I remember seeing a Massachusetts sign at some point, but that was maybe on a car.
Yeah, he was also, he's not from Silent Hill in this movie.
That's true. So, yeah.
I don't believe they explicitly say either way, though.
Okay.
All right. So that's number one. DJ's up 1-0, but there's plenty of trivia to go.
Plenty of bonus points to be had.
So here's number two. As I said, they were going for a small town America feel, but it was made by a Japanese development studio. The first game was made in 1999, before the internet made it very easy to find reference materials for things you might be unfamiliar with. So because of this, the Japanese developers utilized what reference materials they could, which leads to a very interesting fact about the first Silent Hill game. The school, which is a major location in that game, is in fact a exact layout replica of the school from Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, I like that.
Is that true or false? All right, okay. I'm going to count you guys in. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, this time Nando says it's true and DJ says it is false.
Uh-oh.
Which means we're all tied up because that is true.
Okay, no.
People, you can find videos of people painstakingly going through the school in Silent Hill and comparing it to shots from the movie Kindergarten Cop to prove that it is the exact same layout.
Is that why that guy asks so awkwardly what someone's job is? Is because he's doing the line, "What is your daddy and what does he do?" from Arnold? Like, it's the same cadence. The spirit of Arnold's, of whatever that guy's name is taken over Bill or whatever his name is in this fucking movie.
I think that's Eddie.
Mm-mm. That's right.
I wish it was that deep, Nando.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you.
That's
all right.
Fun, though.
So we're all tied up 1-1.
All
right. Now here's number 3. The Silent Hill series is also known for having alternate endings, both alternate endings from for the story, for how the story can turn out, your classic like good, bad, and true endings, whatever. But also on subsequent playthroughs, if you do a New Game Plus, they often include kind of joke or silly endings also. One of the most infamous is in Silent Hill 2. On a New Game Plus, if you find the key to the observer room in the hotel, you can go in and get the dog ending, where James discovers a kind of mastermind control center, revealing that a Pomeranian has been behind all the machinations that he has been going through in the entire game.
Okay.
Is that true or false? All right. I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go. You both say that is false. And you are both correct. That is false. Now, what about that is false? For a bonus point, if one of
you... How do you want us to do this?
Yeah, how do we want
to... Is this a typer? Is this typing?
I think this is... You guys should send this to me on Discord.
That makes sense.
Okay. You can both take a crack at it. Let me know what you think is false about that statement. Okay, so I've got answers from both of you. Nando says it's not the dog ending, but the cat ending. And DJ says it is not a Pomeranian, but a Shiba Inu.
Oh, that's a good guess.
And it's such a good guess that I think he actually just knows this, because that is correct.
Oh,
the dog is a Shiba Inu.
So I knew there was a dog ending. I knew that part. Oh. Shiba Inu, I just guessed because it's a Japanese development.
Japan, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's that educated guess. But I did know about the dog ending, so
nice
but did not know it was a Shiba Inu. Did not know.
Okay, all right. So DJ gets that bonus point, which means he's up 3-2.
Sweet. All
right.
Heating up.
Number 4. Another one of the joke endings in Silent Hill 2 is the UFO ending. Where if James collects enough mysterious artifacts, he will be beamed up by an alien spaceship, your classic, UFO flying saucer. where he will meet Harry Mason, the hero of the first game, who also had a UFO ending, who then asks James if he knows where Harry's daughter is, which was his quest in that game. This is a little comedic reference to the first game. Is that true or false? All right. Guess lined up. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. You both say that is true. And you are both correct. That is true.
That's fun.
This game sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
What if you see the movie twice? Does that happen at the second? No one's seen it twice, so nobody knows. But
yeah, they actually show a different, better movie.
That'd be so smart of them.
Yeah,
really
it's crazy. But all right, so we move on to fact number 5.
Okay.
There is one other bonus ending in Silent Hill 2 that can be gotten in if you do a new game plus in the original game, you can get what's called the resurrection ending, which is where you find a set of items owned by the cult behind Silent Hill. And if you gather them all and bring them to a specific ritual site, James will go off into the lake with these items with the intention of using an occult ritual to resurrect his wife from the dead. Is that true or false?
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Nando says that is false. DJ says that is true. And Nando is correct. That is false.
Okay. Very
good. For the bonus point, one of you can tell me why that is false.
Oh,
I've got a guess.
You said that, and to gather the items to resurrect his dead wife, from a lake or whatever.
Well, he rows out into the lake to get to the ritual site.
Okay.
I have an answer from Nando.
All right, hold on.
DJ. I mean, DJ, you don't have to put an answer if you can't.
No. I got it.
He uses a paddleboard. Does it stands up very, very calmly and just paddleboards himself over.
Right, he actually surfs.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
All right, now I have 2 answers now. Nando says there is no cult in this game, and DJ says he doesn't resurrect his wife, but a different Silent Hill character from the first game. Unfortunately, you are both incorrect. Well, technically, Nando is correct. There is not a cult in Silent Hill 2.
Oh, okay.
However, I said artifacts from the cult behind the town, which is true.
Okay.
There are little background references to that, even though it's not a plot point in the second game.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What is false about that is I said that this was possible in the original game. That is incorrect. It is only in the director's cut.
Oh my God.
Good for them.
Wow, look at you.
I made sure to specifically say in the original game, so that was false. All right. Now I'm going to move on from specific game trivia to more general Silent Hill stuff.
For
example,
5 left.
We have 5 left.
We're tied.
You're tied.
Wow.
At the moment, I've lost track of the numbers. I think it's 5-5, but I know it's a tie.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're tied.
All right. So number 6. Despite how glaringly unfaithful this is to the game generally, there is one bit of commonality. The director chose to hire the motion capture and voice actress in the remake that came out recently for the character of Laura, the little girl, to play Laura in this movie. So they are actually played by the same actress. Is that true or false? All right, I can catch you in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Nando says it is true. DJ says it is false. And DJ is correct. That is false. But can either of you tell me why that is false?
Oh, I think I know.
You said that they casted Laura was the same as the remake, like the recent remake.
Yes, the same as the remake actress.
Like remake game, because
the remake of Silent Hill 2, the video game. Yes,
got it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
One of these days, it's gonna pay off big.
It's possible, but Nando did bring up the bank job, but he also gave me a real answer, which was that the actress only did the voice, not the mocap. Whereas DJ said it was not Laura's actress, but James's actor. Unfortunately, that is so. It's incorrect. DJ's definitely incorrect.
Okay.
I don't actually know for sure if she did the mocap and the voice, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm trying to check that right now.
So I did see this fact, and I only understood it to be the voice when I read this the other day when I saw it.
If that is true and she didn't do any mocap for it, then I will give you a point, even though that is not what I meant.
Yeah,
what
I'm
did you
wondering,
think
what were
the
you
false
asking?
thing was?
The false thing is, I said that the director did this intentionally. According to him, this was a complete coincidence.
That's crazy.
Due to a strict NDA, he did not know who was cast in the game at the time because they were being made concurrently.
That's really funny.
That's wild.
Good for him.
That's crazy.
That must have been a sign that he thought this movie would work.
Yeah,
I would
right?
take that as a sign if I were him. Little did I know, it's not going to work.
I can't really find information about the mocap. So I don't know if Nando should get a point or not.
I vote no.
I vote yes, but I would check, but then I'd maybe learn other things. So I don't want to look myself.
Maybe we can revisit it. If I have to, it only matters if I win only by one.
If DJ wins by one,
tie.
I will look more into this, or if it's tied. Yeah.
Okay.
That will be the tiebreaker. Was Nando right? All right.
So now I will leave the points as is.
Gotta win by 2.
All right. So that moves us on to number 7, getting close to the end.
Whew.
Silent Hill, of course, is a horror video game series known for its surrealist imagery. It's sort of like dreamlike plots and locations. And it's like very horrific kind of plot elements. For example, near the end of Silent Hill 3, the main character, Heather Mason, vomits out the fetus of a dark god who the cult is trying to give birth to. And that fetus is then picked up by the main villain of the game and devoured by her so the god can be born in her body. Is that true or false?
Oh my God.
All right. I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go. Nando says that is false. DJ says that is true. You have little faith, Nando. That is true. That is a major element of the ending of Silent Hill 3.
Pretty cool.
It felt too weird to make up any part of.
I thought it wasn't weird enough. I thought it was going to be that the fetus was like an adult man or something like that.
Vomits man, and then man is consumed.
That was my guess.
Diggins didn't go far enough.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Silent Hill 3 is not weird enough for you, Nando. I don't know what to tell you.
Have they remade that one yet?
No. So maybe in the new one, they'll make it weirder.
Yeah.
If they ever do remake it. They've only remade 2. I'm pretty sure they haven't remade 1.
That makes sense.
Anyway, moving on to number 8. The performance of James' voice actor in the original game is widely praised, despite the fact that his actor Guy Seehey was not a professional actor at the time. He was bringing his daughter to audition for Laura when he decided to just give it a shot and read a couple sides, and he ended up being casted. His daughter did not. And he hasn't done too much else besides this, but he has sort of ridden on that fame for a while, at least until recently when his reputation crashed and burned because he's way into 5G conspiracy theories and thinks COVID is fake. Is that true or false?
Okay.
All right. Gonna catch you in 3, 2, 1, go. You both say that is false. Unfortunately, you believe in a kinder world. It is true.
My falsehood was going to be that it didn't destroy his reputation. He's actually more famous because of his COVID denials.
Well, I guess that is somewhat subjective. But, amongst some people, that may be true. But it is true that he is a conspiracy theorist about 5G and COVID.
Mine was going to be that he's actually in the Epstein files. It's like, he's in the Epstein files.
I don't think he's that famous. I don't think he's famous enough.
He wasn't going to Epstein. Okay, so I'm still
all right.
up by
2 left. 2 left, and DJ's up by 2.
Oh shit! I gotta get one of these.
That means Nando needs to get these right.
Or if we have to fucking Google about mocap,
or else I gotta do a lot of research. All right. Silent Hill is also beloved by many fans for the various little jokes or oddities that are included in the game, in the games, some of which are the result of its dreamlike state, and some of it the result of developers having fun. One of the latter is a part of Silent Hill 3 that became a meme for a while, because with modern technology, they were able to look at textures more closely than the original hardware could. And so they discovered a kind of blurred out ad in the mall in Silent Hill 3 was an ad for dog food that the entire text of which, well, other than the main text of which I should say, not the entire text of which, read simply, "Growing healthy and strong, Minmo," and then a picture of a dog. Is that true or false? All right, I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go. You both say that is false, and you are both correct.
Okay.
That is false. Now, can you tell me why it is false? Got typing from both of them here. Okay. Got an answer from DJ. All right. DJ says the slogan actually reads, "Tastes so good, people eat it too."
No.
While Nando says it's not in the third game, it's in the fourth one.
Ooh.
Nice.
Unfortunately, those are both incorrect.
Damn.
What is wrong about that is that it is a cat, not a dog.
So my cat thing would have worked.
You said it at the wrong time, Nando. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
That was your bank job.
You can, if you Google Minmo Silent Hill, you can take a look at this good little boy.
Let's see.
Growing healthy and strong, Minmo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what a guy!
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I mean, cute. Barely a cat, but sure.
Yeah, right. It's like a hamster.
Yeah, I believe that people think it is a cat, but if I saw that picture, I would think it's like a hamster or something.
I believe the sign does also say cat food, so it is clearly meant to be a cat.
Yeah, cat food.
All right, so we're on the final one. DJ is up by 2.
Oh boy, don't blow it.
Nando needs to close this gap by at least 1.
Summon all my
to make me have to do a bunch of work.
Oh god.
And I've saved the best for last, guys.
Fuck. All right.
Branching out into the world of fandom.
Oh shit. Ugh.
In 2015, the biggest Silent Hill fan wiki hit a bit of controversy when one of its editors added a section to the Silent Hill 4 entry, claiming that the entire game was a metaphor for the evils of masturbation. When this was removed, he put it back and then got into an edit war over the course of many days with many different people, to the point where he stretched it out to suggest that the entire Silent Hill series was a metaphor about the evils of masturbation, and he put long arguments and citations in favor of this argument until eventually they had to ban him because the wiki was just ground to a halt due to all of this editing.
God.
Is that true or false?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh,
Nando says it is false. DJ says it is true, which means this could all be over right now, depending on who's correct.
Oh, God.
But it isn't, because Nando is correct. That is false.
Damn it.
But why is it false?
Why is it false?
But why is it false? What is the correct version of
Diggins,
this?
you sold it so well. I'm like, what else could this be?
And DJ, I really need you to get this right, because I don't want to do a lot of work.
All right.
Well, I could do the work once we get done with that. So
That's
I guess
fair.
maybe you might want to have another type.
But then it ends in a tie? Oh, no.
I guess I'll have to come up with something else based on other stuff I know about Silent Hill.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So Nando says that it wasn't about masturbation. It was about pedophilia.
Mhm.
Oh.
And DJ says it wasn't about masturbation. It was that Silent Hill is about how the earth is flat.
Oh, that's a good one.
Those are both good answers. And you both got what was wrong. It wasn't about masturbation. But unfortunately, you did not correctly identify what it was about, which was male circumcision.
Jesus
That's-
Christ.
That makes so much sense.
It was a penis thing, just a different penis
The
thing.
different penis thing.
That's
Always
right.
the
Male
different penis
circumcision.
thing.
Interesting.
God.
Mhm.
I'd love to hear his arguments. It's just for how
Are they
how it connects to
archived
this.
somewhere?
I think they are. You can find them.
They
if you
must
want.
be. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what Pyramid Head is supposed to be a reference to, kind of, or something? I can see it.
I don't
see it.
That's
Like I
that's gotta be
said,
part
this
of
was-
it. If it's
This
not,
was
he's
originally an argument about Silent Hill 4, which he then
Mm.
expanded out. Silent Hill 4 does not feature Pyramid Head, to my
Oh,
knowledge.
really?
wrong. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Silent Hill 4 doesn't even feature the town of Silent Hill.
Oh, wow.
Wow. What a great starting point.
It features
Okay.
the town of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
All right.
Right to those.
So I'm
So-
ahead by one, maybe,
Yes,
unless
that puts us
Nando can
as-
prove what?
DJ at 8 and Nando at 7. Unless
that
Nando
the girl
can
did
prove.
the voice, but not the motion capture for this
Yes.
character. Because
we
I
can
don't think you would need to do motion capture for something like this.
So like we
And
just
if
have
you
to look
did-
up if there was motion capture.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I might have something here.
This is awful for people listening who definitively know. Silent Hill 2 remake, full behind the scenes and motion capture. They definitely did use motion capture,
But would it
And
be
the
worth it to
actors
get the
and
little
stuff.
girl in?
but did the little girl motion capture?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. This article seems to imply that these actors also did the motion capture because it
Evie
only lists the
Templeton?
voice actors. Yeah, Evie Templeton is the actress in this movie.
All right, do we trust Google AI?
No. But
I
if
am
you can
look-
find a video.
I am
of-
looking at PCGamesN.com, which says, has an article called Silent Hill 2 Voice Actors and Cast List, and talks about the remake voice actors and mocap performer list, and only lists the voice actors, which might imply that they are also the mocap actors and might not.
I found a video that is the behind the scenes making of the game.
Okay.
So I think if I can find a clip with the little girl in it, I'll be able to tell if it's the same one.
Does a tweet from a random person count? They are
What does it-
verified.
What does
Says
it say?
Evie Templeton plays Laura in Return to Silent Hill. The actors provided the motion capture and voice for Laura in Bloober Teams. Blah 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 blah.
Who is this? Who is this from? Who's this
Blo-
tweet from?
Bloody disgusting.
That is a news website, I think.
Oh.
Oh, wait, here we go. Hold on. I could prove it or not prove it right now.
But you
If
want
I-
you want to be in a reality where she didn't do mocap because her
Yeah.
doing mocap means I win.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
wait,
she
never
did the
mind. That's a
mocap, then
different
DJ
character.
wins.
Yeah.
Bloody
I-
Disgusting, yeah, is a news site.
I feel like I'm willing to kind of concede this one. It's interesting because I'm looking at this little behind the scenes documentary and they don't show any mocap for the little girl. They show it for the character that I thought was a little girl is actually some blonde woman or something, who
Maria,
I assume
perhaps?
is the Mary of this.
Probably Maria. Mary's
Maria.
barely in the game.
Yeah.
And also they're the same actor. So
Right. Hold on. Let me see one more scrub through. See if I can find this one. Because
I mean, at this point, we have some circumstantial evidence pointing at her being the mocap actress for the little girl.
Right.
it's just interesting because you figure if she was doing motion capture for this part, there'd be video of it.
Maybe not. Like,
So there's video of everybody else. Like, I'm looking at videos of them all.
I don't
What's
know.
her
I
name
think
again.
Evie Templeton.
I feel like you know, like, oh, I found it. It's here. Okay, you guys can watch this video, but I found an interview of her saying she did the motion capture. So,
All right.
Okay,
I think
show me
that-
the video and I will believe you.
You
there.
can put the proof in there, but I think that closes the book on this. She did do the motion
Facebook.
capture.
Oh, we don't trust
log in.
Facebook?
Well, I think
What?
he just didn't want to log into Facebook.
I just don't like using it. But let's see. Okay.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
from Nerd Reactor.
Sure, whatever. All right, I'm gonna call it then. I'm gonna say she did do the motion capture. Nando, if you want to double check and then shout your objections to the court, you may do so.
If you
But
look, my
For the
proof
sake
is
of
solid.
for the sake of moving on, I'm going to declare DJ the victor here.
That's fine.
He did know his Silent Hill trivia, even though neither of you have ever
Yay.
played those games.
Barely knew it. I had to come down to this stupid fucking Google search.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
But hey, DJ, that means as our winner, you get to tell us what you thought of Silent Hill 2. Or sorry,
Oh my God.
Return to Silent Hill.
It's what I always wanted to do. Hold on, I'm sending you guys on Discord an image of her saying the motion capture, but actually I guess I could do both of these. This is like, sorry.
That
Wait, what are you
is
looking at, DJ?
that is a screenshot where the words "the motion capture" appear below her face.
Wait, hold on. But then before that, it's doing like the motion capture. Just flip those around and it'll make sense.
I see.
Okay, what did I think of Return to Silent Hill? It's so bad, but that's not interesting to talk about. Here's what is interesting to talk about. It is so bad, I think you could barely call it a movie. It doesn't make any sense. For my money, it's the worst movie we've done this year, and I'm not sure what would come close.
Damn.
This is catastrophically bad.
It's worse than Mercy.
It's worse than like the Minecraft. It's worse than a Minecraft movie.
Well, that wasn't
It's-
this year.
I know, but I'm saying, and the levels of bad it is, it's barely watchable. And like, I you know who I feel bad for, or what I feel bad doing, I should say, was when I yelled at 28 Years Later, like the original one, for being like, "You're scary and make me uncomfy." This like
You make
does
me confront thoughts and feelings I'd rather not confront.
No, it's like you make me confront like blob people, and I don't want to look at the blob people or whatever. Not the Memento Mori shit. That's fine. But for this, it's like, ew, it's like icky stuff I don't want to watch, but also it doesn't make any sense and is visually disturbing and unpleasant. And I should have
It
realized.
doesn't mean anything except where it does mean something. What it means is kind of awful.
I mean, yeah. But how good I had it with 28 Years Later. Yeah, like I can't even. I mean, I have some of it in the nitpicks, but I think why this is so bad is because there's barely a story. It's Nando. Best of luck to you having to summarize this.
Yeah. that's
Thank
why I'm
God
trying
that
so
actor
hard.
did motion capture. Because
Mm.
holy shit, everyone was mad at me for my Ella McKay one, and I want everyone to give Nando grace for what he has to do.
No.
Now, in
in
fairness,
short
DJ,
term.
so I would say Ella McKay is a movie that's difficult to summarize, but also you did an objectively bad job.
No pushback. I agree. But yeah, this one is worse. It's so bad. don't watch it. Don't think about watching it. It's not so bad it's good. It's not I bet this will be fun. It'll be a waste of like basically 2 hours of your life. I think it comes just under, but just fucking skip it. It's visually bad, it's story bad, its actors are bad. No, Laura's cool. Maybe the little girl played Laura. I guess she doesn't do anything horrendous, and the monsters are bad. And I can't speak to, if you love Silent Hill, how you will feel, like the video games, how
not good,
how you will feel, because I have no history with the franchise. But like with that, I will pass it to Nando. Nando, what did you think of this movie?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's weird because like this is a movie. So like Ella McKay, a Minecraft movie, other movies that we've done, Mercy's a good example, in fact, of one that's like made where like it still is a movie. Whereas this is like less than a movie in a way that kind of makes it feel like it can't even kind of be compared to those other ones. Like it's so B-movie-y and so, I don't even want to say cheap, because it's not cheap. I can tell they put money into this.
I mean, it did only cost $27 million.
See, that you could make a much worse version of this movie for much less money.
Yeah,
like
probably no marketing too. And
like the acting feels cheap in a lot of the time. Like, okay, here's what this movie feels like. I'm not convinced this is true. I don't think this is true, because we would have to know this by now. It feels like everybody in the movie is a non-English speaker who is phonetically reading the lines for the first time and trying to figure out what they're supposed to sound like, because every line is brought into this whole thing really weird. And like in a movie like this, I feel like what you learn is like, oh, the world isn't real and this isn't real, and then that thing's not real. I feel like they're so bad at being characters that like you never, like, there's never any question of what's going on, because it's all just whatever. Like, I feel like a better version of this where it's acted kind of well, and then you're like, oh, but there is a real world that he's in sometimes. It just, there's none of that here, because the acting's quite bad. The effects are fine. Like, I think some of the effects are better than I expected, honestly, for this movie. And the visuals of it are ugly, but like, I get it. It's kind of tough to make this real, like to make the video game that's mostly smoke and whatever to like translate that. But like, it just, I do feel like it feels like, so from what I understand too, first one comes out, and then they made a second one, or I guess, and then the director wanted to make this one right after and wasn't allowed to, and it really feels like he did anyway, and he's just now showing it to us, because so much of it feels like it was made in 2006 or 7. Mm-hmm. Like the guy, the look of him, the way he acts, the editing, and that part of it is almost kind of interesting. But yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's bad. Yeah, I think it'll probably be the worst movie we see, but that's like if we started comparing like other things that aren't really movies to real movies, and like, those things aren't real movies either. Like, that's a bicycle. It's like, yeah, I guess it's worse a movie than Mercy, but it's like, still, that is what it is.
It's better as a bicycle than Mercy is as a movie.
Yeah, that's right. Fair. The movie sucks. We'll get into the specifics, but it's really just a real bummer the whole time. Makes no sense, and I'm sure pissed off everybody that likes these games. Diggins, what about you? What do you think of Return to Silent Hill?
I mean, it's terrible, but you guys kind of covered like the basics of why it's terrible, like as just a film, why it fails utterly as a movie that you would watch with your eyes. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to quickly go over how it's also an awful adaptation of Silent Hill 2. Which I guess I'll do the spoiler-free version here, and then on the wheel I'll do the spoiler version.
Right.
But the spoiler-free version of it is essentially this movie took a game that is, the story is like very, I would say, morally ambiguous. You are meant to be somewhat uncomfortable or like not know how to feel about the actions of certain characters and like how things turn out. There are multiple endings depending on like your behavior throughout the game. And just in general, it's a very layered narrative about sort of guilt and grief, and just sort of like how one lives and copes with those things. And this movie is about how, what if the main character was a cool hero who never did anything wrong ever? And that's not what the story of that game is.
Okay.
It's kind of fundamentally a very different thing. And then also sometimes there are themes that are perhaps not subtle in the game, but at least not, directly stated, that this movie's like, what if we put the camera right up in there? What if we put it right up in there to be like, what if it's this thing? Guys, did you ever think about that? Pretty crazy. And then there's also later on, as it gets like really into like the end game stuff of Silent Hill 2, some of the ways it handles and interprets that stuff is like kind of offensive, kind of like really crass, and just like takes what is kind of like heartbreaking and nuanced and makes it just like, hey, wouldn't it be fucked up if this happened?
That would be fucked up.
So it's really bad on an aesthetic level, as a film, as a story, but also in terms of adaptation, it's possibly worse.
Damn.
So just a failure on every level, every conceivable level.
I'm very curious because I know so little about this. I couldn't even tell you what's right and wrong besides the cult thing, which I did read somewhere. But it's tough because you can tell what this movie kind of thinks it's about, or like what, but you can't, because like I was really having trouble connecting the emotions to the actions and stuff.
Right. And like in the game, the sort of ambiguity about like how much of this is real, how much, like, is there a real world versus a other world? And like, is what happens in the other world actually happening? Or et cetera, that sort of like ambiguity is a deliberate thing the game is playing on. And like, there is no real answer to those questions. But like, in a competently told story, those are like interesting things. Whereas in this one, they both over and underplay it in such a way where it's like, there so clearly is a real world and so clearly is an other world, but the relation that those two have to each other is so undefined that you're just kind of like, what is actually happening here? And they just handle it really poorly, I think.
Yeah, they do a really bad job. But
speaking of doing a bad job, Nando,
I'm about to do one. You ready?
You get to summarize this movie in our classic 15-minute format.
Maybe he'll do a great job.
15-minute timer. Okay. Let me get my timer open. Is another one of our classic holiday themed countdown timers. This one is a it's a what'd you call a ring box one, because of the characters maybe being married, although not really, but like on the way, it would seem.
Oh. Thought you were gonna say Patrick's Day or something like that.
I was gonna do Halloween, but none of the ghosts and ghouls felt like they kind of matched the vibe of this movie. Because like, it's not really a movie about like the monsters and such, so specific that they didn't quite work that way. But either way, we're gonna do our best. 15 minutes to summarize this movie.
Good luck.
I have both the Wikipedia summary of the movie and the movie playing right in front of me, and we'll refer heavily to both. And
we'll see if they help.
Yeah, feel free to jump in and correct me if I forget one of their names or whatever. I've got to guess at what the name is. I'm just gonna take a shot.
I mean, there's like 5 names in the movie, so
yeah. And so here, I'm gonna start the timer. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. Okay, so the movie starts with a guy. He's a cool artist. He's driving like a big cool car, and he almost hits another thing that's like a bus, I think, or no, a truck. And
a Final Destination log truck.
That's right. It is a log truck. Yeah. But at the last minute, he's able to swerve out of the way, and he accidentally, instead of doing that, knocks over a woman who's walking through the street. She has her luggage in the street, not in the street, but like in a waiting area for a bus. He hits it, clothes go everywhere, and his car kind of spins out. She's like, "Oh, who are you? I'm sorry I did that. It was, pretty crazy what happened." And his name is James, we learn, and her name is Mary, and she's leaving Silent Hill, or the town. We don't know it's the Silent Hill yet, but she's leaving the town. She's gonna get out of there, but she has to get her clothes all packed back up into her old timey suitcase. So she starts doing that, and he's kind of helping, and there's a little bit of chemistry. But then it turns out that the bus comes, and she waves it off, even though it seems like we'll get to it. But she's like, "Don't worry, don't go, or go. I don't have all my clothes in my thing yet." So then it leaves, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." And she's like, "Well, now we have to stay where we are, which is at Silent Hill, the most beautiful place in the world." And it is like a town, nice little mountain town in what seems to be Colorado or something. I know we say we know where it is, but like, I don't know, maybe Maine looks like that. So then okay. So we've got a couple of different kind of timelines and realities or whatever. So this clearly is a flashback. Then we cut to what seems to be the present day. Oh, also there's lots of paintings in his car. He's a painter. And not just paintings, like easels and shit. And it's a convertible, and he's like, just fucking going somewhere with them. But
don't forget, he lit up a fat blunt.
He did. He was smoking. That's right. Yeah. And he kind of, for vibe wise, he looks like Jared Padalecki in Supernatural. This movie has a very supernatural, like, kind of dress code to it. But anyway, he's like a burnout now. He's going to bars, getting in fights, but then he gets a call, or he gets a letter from what we find out is Mary, and it's like, "You gotta come back to Silent Hill. There's cool stuff in Silent Hill." And then he's like, "But Silent Hill is a bad place for reasons that I can't maybe remember, or maybe I just don't think about a lot." It's unclear. And also, like, he's always, not always drunk, but he's frequently drunk, and like, you get the sense that he's just really out of it. So he goes back to Silent Hill, but it's all closed off, and something's wrong with the town, but he can't figure out quite what. But it's all covered in like a dense fog, and also like ash is kind of falling from the sky at all times. People in the town will refer to it as like a plague or something that killed a bunch of people in the town. And you're saying, wait, but there's people in the town. Yes. Every so often, James will run into a random person, and sometimes they're important, and sometimes, like this first one, they're not, or they're not, but like they're just some person. And he meets a lady who's like moving sandbags or something. And she kind of gives him this business I just told about, like, Silent Hill, you can't go there, it's all so bad. But then he goes to Silent Hill, and it's also bad, and it's like, it looks like I don't know, like a 9/11 just happened there or something. That's kind of the vibe I get from Silent Hill. James finds a like very like strange looking unhoused person or whatever. I don't even know what you call this guy, but that guy is like, Silent Hill is evil probably or something. And then James gets a call from his therapist, who's like, "James, you're not doing enough therapy. You're in Silent Hill again. Don't go to Silent Hill." And he has a cell phone, and that's interesting. But then he goes to the hotel, and he, like, because this is like, there are a couple of locations that are important in this one, and it's the hotel, the apartment. What's
the apartment building is the first one he goes to.
Is it?
Yeah, the hotel's the last one.
I believe you. Oh yeah, you're right. I saw a big H on the sign and assumed that's what it was, but it's something Heights or whatever. Yeah, you're right. He goes to the apartment building, and then that's where we get one of our signature flashbacks. But also before that, a big weird thing that has no arms and is like a ghoul, like stumbles over to the unhoused person and eats him or whatever, and it makes the radio go crackle because he has a little radio. So we do a flashback. This one's very important. I mean, all flashbacks are important, but this one's like a plot flashback. I mean, they're helpful to understanding what's going on, and basically,
are they?
Well, yeah, they're without them, the movie makes as much sense. But this is the one that I feel like, we'll talk about it. It's a guy. James is going to meet these people at the, like, having a little party at the apartment, and they're all dressed up and they're all kind of weird, but they're not like evil, but there's something going on with them. And they're all like, oh, James, her father, Mary's father, is so great. We love him. He fixed all our lives. And, you know, isn't that awesome? And it's weird. And James is like, this is a little weird. Back to Otherworld, or whatever we're calling it. The guy is eaten, the unhoused person eaten and all mutilated and whatever. And then it turns out, so James gets the walkie-talkie, which I assume is not the walkie-talkie, the radio, which I assume is a thing from the game, and tries to avoid these things that walk around because they will eat him or something. So then he goes to, and like he's trying to find the hospital, right?
Yeah, he thinks Mary's in the hospital.
Yeah. Actually, now that I look at it, is he? I think he goes to the hotel first. And that's...
No, the hotel's definitely last.
Yeah, you're right. But he's not in the... Because he goes to the apartment. Apartment is a different thing from wherever he goes. It's like a restaurant or something. Is where that first thing happens. But anyway, then he goes to the apartment. And the apartment gets overrun by bugs, and it's like, holy shit, this place sucks. Yeah, every time he walks through the apartment, he remembers what it was like walking through there back in the day. And it's like, oh, I moved in here with this girl. I remember that, and I was happy then, but now I'm all sad. Also, like I said, there's like all dust and smoke and stuff, but there's the other aesthetic that also hits this place, which is like really orange and like grimy. There's lots of bugs and stuff that looks like a subway station or whatever. And the bugs are like kind of chasing him. So he gets into this place and is able to kind of hide from them. It's also a lot of weird roots and stuff they're kind of going through everything, but it's not clear what they are. But I have to assume they're part of, you know, the disease or whatever. So James goes and first James calls his therapist again, which is something he's able to do still, or maybe he's not, who knows, but he's like, I'm in Silent Hill, and she's like, don't do Silent Hill stuff. You're in danger. And then that's bad. But then James goes back to their apartment, and we do a flashback to back in the day when they were living together happily, where James comes into the apartment during some sort of weird cult meeting ritual thing. And it's not like as sinister as that, but it's something. And Mary's like embarrassed about it. There's a weird little altar. So it's like, that's weird. Then James, okay, so then we're going to meet some characters. James first meets a guy. A guy's all weird. I don't remember his name. What's his name? Remember?
Eddie.
Eddie's a guy, and he lives there, and he likes living there, and he's weird. Then he sees a little girl on the other side of like a gate, so it's like she can't get to her yet. This is Lori, right? Is it Laura? Something like that? Laura. But then Pyramid Head shows up, which is a big guy, big old jacked guy with a big pyramid for a head, although it's like kind of elongated in the front, and a big sword, but he can't get to them yet.
Or a big knife.
A big knife. Yeah, that's true. It's like a buster sword. It's huge. And he, like I said, he's all jacked. And then there's a big spider that's a guy, or like a woman or something.
Oh, it's a guy?
I don't, so okay.
That shapely ass says otherwise.
Yeah, we'll talk about the spider, but a humanoid spider figure tries to kill James, but then it fights Pyramid Head, and Pyramid Head kills it. And that's something. Then James meets another person that is also, who the fuck, what's this one named?
Which one?
I don't remember. The one in the apartment that's not the little girl. It's another woman. It's about his age. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Oh, Maria.
That is Maria? No, because Maria's later, right?
Are you talking about when he meets Angela again?
That is Angela. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. I couldn't tell if that was the same character. But yeah, you're right. So then he runs outside because he got to follow a little girl, and because she's still alive. Also, I feel like the monster ate that guy or something at one point. The snake
just never shows up again.
Yeah.
But then he goes into a little maze and finds Maria, and she's another woman, and she's also exists.
We should say Maria and Angela are both played by the same actress as Mary.
Correct. Although the main character hasn't really figured that out yet. It's like a revelation he's gonna kind of put together in a second.
Yeah, but we're human beings with eyes, and we can look at them and be like, that's the same actress.
See, I kind of, we'll talk about it, but I wasn't convinced just because she's so, if it was like a person I knew, I think I would see it, but I was just like, that's another person. In the way she gets silly wigs, so that's how you're supposed to kind of differentiate them. This one has like a, whatever, bob. I don't know what you call that. But it doesn't matter. Because then we do them a flashback, another very important flashback, because I'm in the hospital. And James remembers that time he went down into the sewers and saw them doing the ritual. And the ritual is like everybody in cloaks, like your classic ritual. And Mary, his wife, had to drink, or fiance or girlfriend or whatever, had to drink something. And then she kind of passed out. And then everybody did weird stuff to her. And there was blood. And that's it. And he like freaked out. But then in the hospital, they're like trying to find Mary in the present day. And the hospital's all run down and stuff. And they get chased by these little nurse guys, evil nurses, which end up stabbing Maria and killing her. So that's a bummer for her. Well, actually, that doesn't happen until we go back to the other reality, which is he's been at the hospital in the real world the whole time because he's having a psychotic break or something. And his therapist is there and he's like, I got to go back to Silent Hill. And she's like, there is no Silent Hill or whatever she says. I don't know. And then he goes back to this reality where everything's all gross and slimy. And then the nurses come and stab the girl. They do a little video game level where he takes like a big pipe and cracks them all.
That was fun.
Wait, because he kills her. He doesn't kill her. Well, he does kill her. She gets stabbed, but then she's like alive. And then they see Pyramid Head and Pyramid Head kills her. Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. But it turns out maybe Pyramid Head is him because he can kind of look through Pyramid Head into its little opening that has come through somehow.
Wait, Nando, I'm still not convinced. Can you demonstrate that James is Pyramid Head in another way?
I mean, it zooms really badassly into his eye. Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe later, maybe in the next scene, he can like in a flashback be painting super angry and he paints a big triangle over his face.
Yes. So he is the Pyramid Head guy. And then, we see another flashback of him. So this flashback is like when he was everything was fucked up, but in Silent Hill. And then, he is Pyramid Head or something. And then that's where he goes back to now he's in the hotel and he sees the little girl again, and the little girl is like, don't you realize we're all the main girl? We're all Mary, and because her whole name is what our names are. Don't you remember that from the tombstone? So that's like the revelation there. He goes into the hospital or hotel. His girlfriend gets eaten by a bed or something, and the bed's her dad.
Angela.
And then it's
the Angela version of Mary.
Right, yeah. And then she explodes, and it's all done. But then we see the final flashback or something, and it's that Mary was being poisoned by the cult, or like, well, yeah. I mean, she got sick because she was poisoned by the cult. She died from that.
Is that what killed her, Nando?
Well, it seemed to be what was killing her. She was sick from that. But eventually, when James and her like kind of reconciling, he's like, what can I do to help you? And she's like, kill me. So he smothers her with a pillow, kills her, takes her, and tries to kill both of them, or at least her for sure. I couldn't tell if he was going to leave her body there and just swim out. But anyway, it doesn't matter because he drives both of them into the lake, and then he smash cuts to back being awake again in the beginning of the movie, having just hit her with his car. Not her, but her suitcase. And he's like, hey, you look like a cool person. Let's go somewhere else. And then they burn rubber right out of there and go back the way he came. So there's like a happy ending now. And that's kind of it. I don't know. Here's the thing I forgot. Why is the cult doing this?
I don't know.
What was the cult getting out of her blood? Was there something?
Was there even a cult doing this?
Right. Okay. So that felt like for me, the big thing I was missing was like, why does the cult even want this? Besides just that dad is mean. But
they don't say it in the movie, and this plot point does not exist in the game. So I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah. And then they live happily ever after or something. The end. And I've got 12 seconds left. So let's say the Pyramid Head looks okay. I'll say that.
Nice.
So it's my nice
Pyramid Head looks okay.
It looks better than I expected when it showed up. I was like, oh, okay.
The monster designs in general are like not bad. Now, partially
Yeah.
is because the designs are just taken from the video game, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the rendering of them in the movie is generally pretty good.
Yeah, I will say, like, the that's the thing. Like, the way this movie is acted and written, but definitely acted, because I don't think it's well written either. But like, everybody, the main two, James and Mary, have this super flat delivery throughout the whole thing that's really bizarre. That looks like it would feel more comfortable in a cheaper movie that costs $1 million and is made in, a backyard or something. But like, this is like a $23 million movie. The sets look fine. Like, doesn't look real, but like, it looks like it's, I feel like, close enough. And that's weird. That's one of the things about this movie that's so strange. And yeah. I want to ask too, before we get too far into it, have either of you guys watched either of the other movies?
Nope.
I haven't.
Okay, cool.
I've heard that they are similar in terms of like really not being the games, but like as movies a little more enjoyable. At least the first one.
One of them has Jon Snow in it, right?
I think that's the second one.
Okay.
Well,
actually, I think he's in both of them.
That's possible. Yeah. I think Sean Bean is also in them. There's a weird Game of Thrones connection, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, it's like a weird movie. It's a very strange movie. And yeah, having never played the game, it's probably not good. But having played the game, apparently it's also worse. Mm-hmm. So we'll get to it. And I guess part of how we'll get to it is we'll check on this big old wheel.
A wheel.
Yeah, because the wheel is in cars. When you burn rubber and like the car, spins, it's like a wheel.
It does do that.
Then we section this one off into several different little sections, like spokes on a car wheel, for instance. Some cars have like spokes, not like actual, but like, some separation. And I'm just going to spin the wheel, and then we're going to see where it lands, and we'll talk about it, nitpick specific things. Because yeah, there's a lot of weird specifics in this movie that I didn't mention. So I'm going to spin the wheel. Vroom, tick, 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 tick. Ooh, landed on one of yours, Diggins.
Ooh, I'm gonna start with the very first shot of the movie, essentially, because I got one here called "Meet Your Sick, Nasty Protagonist."
He's pretty cool.
I want to talk about this movie's version of James and how he compares to the video game version of James. So, yeah. As Nando kind of said, but I really want to emphasize, the first 5 seconds of this movie are James roaring down a highway, playing some classic tunes on his radio, rocking out as he drives, sparking up a fat blunt, and just being the coolest guy you've ever seen. And then, yeah, in a scene or two, we find out that he's an artist who does these sick, nasty, portraits of women with stuff on them. They look kind of messed up. It's like, whoa. Makes you think, right? And just and in his interactions with Mary in these first parts, they're quipping at each other. They have this banter. They're very, very kind of generic protagonist stuff. Mm-hmm. I feel and very cool, or what the movie thinks is cool.
Yeah.
And that's so at odds with the character as in the game, where the first thing in the game is when he's in that restroom looking into a broken mirror, a hollow shell of a man, and that's him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is such a unusual start, but even the hints of him we get, because there's a flashback or two, nowhere near as much as in this movie. But there's a flashback or two to him, and he and Mary are a very kind of normal, almost old-fashioned or somewhat lame couple. They're not cool youngsters.
Yeah.
So it felt like a strange vibe to open the movie with.
Mm-hmm. It was a strange vibe to open the movie with.
I agree.
I wanted to ask you, Diggins, because now I'm going to do this the whole time. In the game, is Mary sick from something?
Mary has cancer. It's just cancer.
Oh, okay. But there's no cause of it. It's smoking cool cigarettes or something. No,
not that we're ever told.
The coolest of cigarettes.
She just has a disease that's killing her.
And is Silent Hill a real place in the game?
Yes. So Silent Hill is a real like vacation town that people go to.
Gotcha.
But it also manifests this sort of otherworldly location for certain people. And like actually in the game, the fact that it only does it to certain people is kind of important because Laura, I mean, full spoilers here, right?
Yeah.
Laura's a real person in the game. She's a real little girl who knew Mary in the hospital because she was a sick girl.
Right.
But she's gotten better. And she's running around this town just doing fine and like plays a couple tricks on James because she doesn't like James because she thinks he was mean to Mary in the hospital. And for her, this is all totally normal and things she can do because to her, it's a normal town.
Oh, okay.
So there aren't monsters and stuff. She's not in danger. But like to you, the player, it is. So it's like really off-putting that this child is like acting like there's nothing wrong here.
Is the guy that you meet in the apartment, is he a character from the game?
Yes, Eddie is a much more of a character in the game than he is in this. He's also a real person. I'll get more into that later, but
okay.
Nice.
Yeah, Angela also a real person, not a version of Mary.
Interesting. Is that was that ever a theory or something people had in the game, like back in the day?
Oh, really? No. I mean, the characters represent different things, but they don't literally represent Mary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They represent like male circumcision or whatever, right? It's
yeah.
The thing is.
Well, male sexuality is quite a big part of this game.
Oh, okay.
Or male sexual urges, I should say.
Yeah.
Maria is a sort of like weird incarnation of Mary, and here's where making the protagonist sick, nasty, cool dudes doesn't make any sense. It's because like I said, Mary is kind of like almost old-fashioned, like sort of like dull, prim. Maria is supposed to be like the sexy alternative.
Okay.
Where it's like the urges he's had to sublimate because he's had a sickly wife and he can't have relations with her. She sort of represents like the wild, like impulsive, like, sexy side of things that he desires but can't have.
Okay. This makes sense.
But in this sorry, you go.
I was just saying, I'm starting to see it, like what this movie is it's going for, because it wasn't going for that. But like, right, no. I can see how this would have worked for sure.
Yeah. But in this movie, Mary's cool and like a sexy young lady who like does quips and stuff.
Yeah.
So when Maria shows up and she's also that, it's just like, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Very odd, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to mention again that he sparks up a fat blunt because that's so funny to me.
So fucking cool.
Is there a theory that this whole movie takes place in his crazy weed fantasy, man? He's tripping on weed and that's what he's actually happening?
I mean, there is no weed in the game unless you think it's not like Resident Evil where there's the green herbs. It's just like first aid kits and ampoules. So like, nah, I got nothing for you.
I do think, are you guys familiar with the supernatural aesthetic that this guy super fits into? This like kind of greasy leather jackety guy. I feel TJ, did you watch Supernatural at all?
I have not.
Any of its 21 seasons?
Yeah. That's
like barely an exaggeration. I think it did get to 19.
Yeah, it lasted so long, and people love it. To be fair, I've never watched it, so maybe it's good. But the main guy from it, one of the main guys from it, is like kind of what I bet they were trying to get when they cast this guy. Although I don't know, have any idea who this was supposed to be? Was this their first choice, or did they have like, Taylor Kitsch on the hook, and then he dropped out or something
I have
last
no
minute,
idea.
so they had to get a parking lot attendant and see if he could act, because this guy. So I looked it up. This guy is in the Warhorse movie. That's what his main claim to fame is. He's like the main character.
Is he the horse?
Warhorse?
Yeah, click
no.
claim.
Well, maybe. Well, I don't know. We'll have to look up if he did motion capture for the horse, but he probably didn't. At least not all of it, because there was a real horse. But he was that. That's what he's from. Nobody in this. I was kind of expecting to just see somebody like Keith David or Luis Guzman or one of those character actors who like shows up and stuff, but nobody in this is even remotely well known. It's kind of impressive, honestly. Like, it's hard to do.
And like, I don't think you need to cast celebrities. I think it's fine to go with a cast of unknowns, especially for a smaller budget movie. But I agree that perhaps he does not quite have the chops to pull off. Well, to be fair, the writing doesn't pull it off either, so it's kind of not his fault in a lot of ways.
Ask, like, who could have, right?
I mean, I do think a less cool guy, I think, would have helped immediately, or someone less likable, right? Like a Miles Teller or something, and be like, oh, okay, fuck this guy.
From the Gorge?
Maybe.
Get both of them, and then what's her face could have been Mary.
She would have been
Anya
Mary.
Taylor-Joy?
Yeah, she's better, and she's a great actor. Everyone loves her.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really hard time watching this, figuring out where the problem is. Is it the acting or the writing or the directing?
Or all
the
three?
The answer is it's all of them. But I do think there's something about the acting that's so weird that even like you could keep the script and just get actors and they do a better job with it. But I can't put my finger on it either.
And like, so here's, if we want to get into conspiracy theory land.
Always.
So like the voice acting in the original game is quite stilted and strange. Which is largely because the voice directors were Japanese people who didn't really know English very well.
Right.
So they would instruct the actors to say things in ways that were not, even though the actors were native English speakers, they would sometimes be like, emphasize this part or like do this in ways that didn't really sound natural to a native English speaker. Which was a common thing in games back in that time. But in a weird way, it often kind of helps enhance the vibe of like everything is so kind of strange and surreal and like Lynchian. That's like the fact that nobody's talking like a real person kind of like enhances that. So maybe the director was kind of going for that feeling too, and like directing the actors to maybe deliver lines or like in strange ways or like in not perfectly natural ways. I don't know if that's true. And if it was, then he didn't go far enough in that direction for that to work at all.
Right.
Yeah.
But like that is one thing I might say in the actors' defenses.
Okay. Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
You can get away with it if like it happens at specific times and not just every line anyone ever reads is that. Because that's where it really becomes kind of confusing. But like, yeah, if he went into the town and everybody sounded weird, but like not, but not like evil, just like you're like, that guy isn't saying those words or something. That could be cool. It kind of sounds like, have you seen that they, for the Squid Games, they made the whatever you call them, like the top guys or whatever with the little masks on. They read their lines and then they made them redub it again. And that's why it sounds so weird, even though most of them are native English speakers. So like, it feels like that in a lot of the time with these. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they did with like, especially Eddie. He feels the strangest.
Eddie feels very weird.
But I do think that actor is not like American, or like he feels like his name reads kind of Swedish or something to me. And Parse Egan. So I'll look that up.
What makes you think Parse Egan?
Pearseegan. Doesn't say anything about him on internet. Like where he's from or anything like that.
Is this his only credit?
No, he's a South London-based Irish actor. Okay,
Huh?
so there's no excuse or explanation for this. Then I don't quite understand.
Well, that's also not an American accent, which he's doing in this movie.
Yeah,
Or trying to.
I don't know what. That's so weird.
Yeah. Do you guys have any favorite moments of James being a cool dude who you can relate to?
Cool dude who I can relate to. I mean, I can't relate to it, but I love when he just like is in the painting room and he paints the pyramid head face over his face with the red paint. It's so savage and cool, man.
It's like, I'm so mad about cult stuff. I gotta paint a pyramid on my head.
I gotta become a guy who wants to kill his fucking wife.
But only the sexy version of her.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a really good point. I do feel like the way, if we're talking about coolness of James, the way that James walks around in a lot of the flashbacks is a very cool, like hands in pockets, head looking down, just like kind of sauntering.
Nice.
But, you know, he's just a cool looking guy. So maybe that's just natural for him.
Could be.
Who would you want in this role? Timmy Chalamet? Do you think he could have played this?
Oh, yeah. Such a cool
this
fucking
should
guy.
be like a dumpy middle-aged man.
Yeah.
This should not be a cool guy.
So James Marston, no, he's too cool.
Way too cool. Way too cool. Like, who's like dumpy? I don't want to. Well, who's dumpy?
Oh, we're not gonna say anybody.
Well, you know, there are male actors who are perhaps not traditionally attractive, not unattractive men, but you know, not of the like huge muscle man or like sexy, rail thin, cool guy look.
Yeah, like someone like Pedro Pascal before he became a cool hunk guy, who's just kind of got a lot of character, and you're like, what's this guy thinking? That maybe would work. I don't know.
You know who would be perfect in this and every role?
Who?
Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage would be really interesting in this.
Of course.
I was thinking about that. That'd be pretty cool. Probably busy with that Madden movie, though. He couldn't do it. Would have fit right in.
Oh, well. Well, why don't we've talked all about how cool James is. Why don't I go ahead and spin this wheel and we can talk about other stuff about the movie.
Okay.
Whoa, tick 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 tick. Oh, DJ landed on one of yours.
Yeah, absolutely. This one is called You Really Feel Like You're Spider-Man. There is like something about this movie, I don't know what they do, where they put on a filter or like it just looks like all of a sudden it was rendered in a computer. Like transitioning like from one scene to another, and it's like you're looking at James and I'm like, is that an actor or was that guy made in a computer? Was that baby made in a computer? So there's that part where it's like you didn't need to make this look like a video game. But then the part with all the monsters where it's like very much like a video game, like the weird white monster with the arms folded in that spits the black bile. And like it is a bad choice. They didn't have to make it look like a video game. You could use those aesthetics and just make it look like, you know, oh, what if like Silent Hill were real? But it just looks like a video game.
So here's a fun fact, DJ.
Okay.
All the like human shaped monsters, although we're often, you know, in this particular movie, they did a lot of CGI over them, were portrayed by real people, usually like dancers and acrobats who could contort in strange ways so that they would appear to be moving unnaturally.
Okay. That is cool. And also just don't make it look so like, I don't know, like CGI, it's just so clearly made with this like color poppy, like not like cell shaded, but like plasticky, like movement where it's like it's like very clearly fake.
Remember when Tarkin showed up in Rogue One and you're like, who put this PlayStation 4 disc in?
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah. And it's just, it's weird because it's not for every single part of the movie. like some of the scenes are just like shot just like a regular movie.
Oh, go on.
No, go ahead, Nando.
Well, that's one of the things that I thought was so strange about the aesthetic of this movie. When it was smoky, town and everything was covered in mist and whatever, I was like, okay, that's an aesthetic. And I kind of recognized that from seeing Silent Hill. But then when it gets all like viney and like orange, I was like, wait, are we in a second like hyper reality or something? Because I just kind of assumed everything would look like that first thing. And that would be fine. But yeah, it's weird that it transitions at certain points like that.
So that is what happens in the games. This is actually common to most of the games, is that, yeah, there's the first layer of reality where like Silent Hill is kind of dark and foggy and there's mist everywhere and monsters are running around. And then usually like accompanied with an air raid siren, at certain points you end up in the other world, which is like more industrial and like has harsh lighting and like geometric design and like, yeah, is sort of more claustrophobic and dangerous. So that is a thing from the games. Again, I just don't think they did it very well.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an original idea. So actually, if anything, I'm criticizing it more.
This would have been the other also thing to try, would be like, okay, they want to do this thing where whoa, are we in the real world or like the fake world, or like what's that, like just decide, like if you want to try and make a contrast, use like the different visual effects for those different things, right? Like still make it like a question, like what's real, what's not, but like I don't know, like using it sporadically, which is like very frustrating. That's why I think like this movie is like, it's just like so fucking frustrating. Because like, and that's the thing too, like there's no consistency amongst like the monsters, like the bugs, the weird like mouthy like cockroaches, like those look one way. The white ones, the little bile black guys, look a different way. Pyramid Head's a totally different thing. The bald monster's different, and it's just like they couldn't pick a thing. There's like pulling stuff out of an art book, and again, if it's all like, but that's just like Silent Hill, they nailed it, like fine, but it just feels like very disjointed in this movie, and I didn't care for it one bit.
Well, yeah, it definitely feels like, and I like I said, I think the effects in this they don't work, but like they tried, and like there's a lot of them, but like with some of them, it feels like they're missing like one layer of like compositing to make it look real. And like, especially in the hospital, there's that one shot where everything's kind of normal, and then he puts his hand on the hospital, and then all the vines and shit grow out of it, and it turns into like orange. And it reminds me of like what would happen in like a commercial for like Mountain Dew or something, where instead of turning into vines, everything would turn into Mountain Dew, and then you would be in that mountain, because it's got that kind of like, whoa, this is a lot of CGI happening, but it doesn't really look like anything specific, and that feels like a mistake. But I agree, like some of the like the nurses look good, like that's an effective looking monster. I think the Pyramid Head looks fine. I don't really like it, but like fine. I get it. And then yeah, the armless guy's great, but like, or at least acceptable, but yeah, every time there's like a big CGI swarm of stuff, that really doesn't work. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. It's a fucking weird movie. It's not good.
No. Yeah, it's super bad, and I hate the aesthetics and everything about it, but I'm gonna spin the wheel, and it gets spin tick 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 tick. Hey Diggins, it's you.
Wow, again already?
Incredible.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well,
and that's the thing with wheels.
That's how the wheel goes.
Wait. Oh shit.
No. That's where the wheel landed. We just have to let it play.
No, but sometimes the wheel like made a mistake.
No, it's too late.
Yeah.
We're here.
What does it say on your slice of the wheel?
On my slice of the wheel here, and actually this is kind of a good lead-in, because it says "stupid sexy wife spider."
Yeah.
I want to talk about that spider and its shapely ass.
That was so... Yeah, so explain that to people, because there is like a kind of... It's a whole sequence.
Right. So after the first time James sees Pyramid Head, and it's like chasing him, which is also already different, but whatever. As he's running, he sees Mary's corpse just in the middle of the apartment hallway, and it kind of like her head like gets lopped off and rolls towards him, and then her body turns into a big spider monster and like picks up the head and chases him. But the spider monster's like thorax is her ass, is her butt, and the camera lingers so often, really makes a meal out of close-ups on this shapely human ass as it just sort of wriggles and writhes around. And
was this in the game, Dickens?
Not even a little. Not a single bit of this.
That explains something.
Weirdly, the moth monster later, that's also Mary, is, but not this one. And I was just like, in a version of this movie really playing on the repressed sexual urges part of the game, like theme of that game, this would kind of make sense. This movie's not doing that.
Nope.
So you're just showing me a woman's ass in the middle of this giant spider monster. So why are you doing that?
And what's even stranger about it for me, because I've just rewatched it that bit again, is like the spider monster is like a regular spider monster, but it puts its head on kind of upside down. So when the pyramid head is beating it up, it's face up, because that's how you would want that to be.
When they're having the WrestleMania match?
Well, yeah, when they're having the little WrestleMania match, but the butt is also still up because the head is on backwards.
Yep.
It's like, it seems very deliberate. Like we did want to get some extra butt stuff in.
Heads up, ass up.
Yeah.
That's the way.
That's how I love Pyramid Head fights in Silent Hill. That's what they say. But yeah, it's weird because the butt is in every shot, no matter what angle you're looking at, when this thing is walking. Because
it's like Mickey Mouse's ears.
Body works.
Yeah, it's like Mickey Mouse's ears. No matter how you look at them, the ass is always forward.
Now, what did you think this was even supposed to be, or like represent, or whatever?
Again, in a movie that was doing the same themes, it would be kind of like, how his, desire for his wife has sort of like curdled into this like dark thing because it's sort of a resentment he now feels that they can't do that. Right. But this movie doesn't have that theme though. So it is just a woman's ass on a spider.
Well, what about circumcision? Is that male circumcision? I feel like now that you mention it,
I think we have to assume that if the spider wife had caught him, it would have circumcised him.
Yeah. That's why he ran he was really scared. He was like, gotta get out of here. This
is like
my poor metaphor for circumcision.
My poor uncircumcised penis. No.
Yeah. Yeah, that little boss fight in the middle of that is real weird.
Fortunately, Pyramid Head is there to do a choke slam on the spider.
Yeah. And I'm assuming this doesn't happen in the game because there's no spider, but also, does Pyramid Head ever fight guys for you and stuff?
So this is sort of based on a scene in the game where you hide in a closet and you see Pyramid Head attacking one of the mannequin monsters.
Oh, okay.
And like from the angle and like the way they're moving, it's also sort of like a assault scene, which again sort of plays into the themes. And that's kind of here, but again doesn't play into anything really. So it's really just like a big wrestling match with Pyramid Head and the Spider Wife.
Yeah. And like I feel for Spider Wife because like I think without the big sword she could have taken him, but he's just got a big sword. He got nothing besides poke.
Yeah. I mean, she had the limb advantage, but once he took out the big knife and just cut off all her limbs, it's like, what is she supposed to do?
Yeah. It's wiggle around.
Do you think?
But one more time.
DJ, how do you think Pyramid Head would do at WrestleMania?
So it depends. If it's a one-on-one match, I think he's gonna do like a pretty good job. However, if it's like, some kind of like battle royale or like a Royal Rumble style match, he's gonna do terribly because he's so like top heavy that like he's gonna be able to be thrown over the ring rope so easily. Like momentum's just gonna carry him over. He's gonna lose. But I think if it's like a one-on-one, like probably just puts his face on top of someone. If it's a no holds bar or no rules match, he'll just win by killing him with this giant pyramid. They don't talk about that, but in a no rules match, you can kill the other wrestler because it's all weapons allowed. So
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, he needs to get a match that allows him to bring his giant Buster Sword into the fight. But
that too. Yeah,
could he sneak it into his helmet somehow and then pull it out?
I mean,
a big helmet.
The big metal helmet's also kind of a weapon. If he's allowed that, then I feel like he can just use that.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, do you guys, either of you, have anything else to say about the Spider Wife and her shapely ass?
No,
not
it's weird too because like the Spider Wife. The other thing about the Spider Wife is like it's not the only Bug Wife. You also have Moth Wife later.
Yeah.
And they're not really related in any interesting way.
No, not particularly.
Seems like a coincidence that they both showed up in this movie. So that's good that they managed to do that.
So why don't I go ahead and spin this wheel? Whoa, tick, 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 tick. Oh, Nando, it feels like it's been a while since we had one of yours.
Well, statistically, it would eventually get to me, but maybe sometimes it wouldn't. It's important because this is a very important one. This wheel slice just reads: men dress up fake beard and mustache, costume fake beard for Halloween cosplay party. Went on Amazon and tried to find the actual beard that he wears in the scenes where he has a beard in this movie, and I found what I think it is what it is. It's this. I'm going to share it in the thing. There was a lot of things about this movie that I thought were like passable, or like you're like, oh yeah, that kind of looks like what I think that effect is supposed to do. This looked like the little cartoon that Eric Cartman wears when he's a psychic in the episode of South Park. It's so bad.
Oh my god, I think you're right. I think this is what he was wearing.
It's like,
man,
and
this
like,
is
wigs are wigs, sometimes you see a character and you're like, well, that's not a real hair, but it's a wig, whatever. But like with that beard, I'm like, he didn't have to have a whole mountain man beard, and if he did, I assume he could grow it better than what they give him near the end of the movie. It's really, really, really bad.
It's so bad. It's crazy how bad it is.
It comes to such complete lines. Like, it is so drawn onto his face, the way it carries his cheekbones and stuff. And doesn't really match what his hair looks like. It's in the same kind of general color, but it's not the same.
The texture is way off. Especially like how it falls.
Normally, I'll see people online talking about like, wow, this character in this scene had such an obvious wig. And I'm like, I guess I just don't really pay attention to that kind of thing. I mean, now you point it out, I can kind of see it, but I wasn't really thinking about it when I watched it. The second this thing came on screen, I was like, what costume designer made this choice? Because they should be fired.
It's really bizarre.
Do you think maybe they just fully run out of budget? They only had $11 left, and so they had to buy men dress up fake beard and mustache costume fake beard for Halloween cosplay party?
What have we done?
Which does cost $11 on Amazon.
$11.99. They probably returned it when they were done and got that $10.99 back too. So
wow, that's thrift.
Yeah. The also, it's not a good beard for like what it's supposed to be, which is like he's so scraggly and like he's kind of lost it. It looks like a beard that would suggest this man just woke up from a coma or was a frozen caveman or something that came back to life, because he already has kind of an unkept, messy kind of stubble situation going on for most of the movie. So if you lengthened that a little bit, it would be fine. And it would look like, oh, this guy's even more messed up now because he's at the end of his rope. But they put on this little beard. It's pretty good.
Or if it had been like earlier in the movie, he was clean shaven and like took care of himself. And then this is the first scene where he looks like he does at the start of the movie. And you'd be like, oh, this is when it really started falling apart for him. That would also be like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just a weird choice. There are a lot of like bad wigs in movies and like, but yeah, and I don't really look for them because I think you can see them, but I also think as long as you don't, they very rarely come out and like smack you in the face. But this
that one
in the face.
This looked like it came out and smacked him in the face.
It did look like it smacked him in the face. Maybe someone did smack him in the face, and they were like, "We need something to cover up his smacked face. Let's find this wig at the local."
Yeah, maybe he just had huge
City.
bruises on his jaw, and they were like, "Well, we can't have this in the shot."
Maybe he was trying to eat like a big turkey leg or something. He actually clocked himself with it because he was at like a Ren fair or something.
It's been known to happen.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for that one. I'm going to spin the wheel again. Tick, 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 tick. Ooh, it landed on one of Diggins's. Diggins, it's another one of yours.
Wow. I can't believe it. I got so many of these.
Your cup runneth over.
My cup truly do runneth over. I got one here that says, have I mentioned yet today that I'm a metaphor? I want to talk about some of the late game stuff when characters come up to James and say, "I'm a metaphor for your wife."
Yeah,
I do appreciate that.
And listen, as I said, Silent Hill 2 is not necessarily a very subtle game. Like I said, like Maria is this sort of like sexy stand-in for Mary, and they literally are the same model, just like dressed differently and styled differently. And Pyramid Head does do vaguely sexual things at an enemy, and it's like, I think there must be something about sex in this game. But at no point does anybody come up to the main character and be like, "In case you missed it, here's what I mean."
Yeah.
Which everybody does at the end of this movie.
Yeah, there's a ton of it.
Starting with Laura, who is like, when he gets to the hotel, is like, "Don't you get it, James? Remember Mary's name? That's right. I'm Mary as a kid, sort of. I represent her trauma when she was a child." And then Angela's there and is like, "Don't you get it, James? I represent somewhat like sexual trauma from a parental figure." Pretty bad, right? Well, goodbye. And then she explodes. And then at the end, Mary herself is like, "I represent how you killed me, but I forgive you." And he's like, "That's cool." And then the movie ends.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's... I don't want to say that's storytelling, because I don't think it is.
I mean, it's telling. They told it.
It's telling. It's telling of something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think you guys could have understood the metaphor if they didn't tell it to you out loud with their mouths?
So yes and no, because I do think I got it to the end of this movie and didn't understand what a lot of things were, and just assumed I had missed it, like what the spider was and like what the cultists were actually doing and stuff. So I kind of wish they explained more stuff to me. I wish the cultists came up to him and were like, "We're actually a metaphor for like 5G or something," or anything like that. Because then I'd be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's helpful, I guess." Because a lot of this movie is edited, especially these bits, like a Saw movie, where it's like the camera's like going really fast and also getting kind of green. So it does treat it like it's a big reveal, but it's not because it's a big reveal because it's a secret. It's because it's a big reveal because there really wasn't much leading to any of this. So like, I don't know. I like that they told me. That was helpful.
Yeah. Do you feel like otherwise you would have been like, "Oh shit, what does he mean? What do you think she means by that?"
I don't think I would have been like, "Wow, that was mysterious," and like that was actually pretty good. But I think I would have maybe been like, "Did I not get it or something?" Like I think I maybe just didn't get it. I would know the acting is bad, but there was something there. But there's just so many things that need to be explained to you. And it reminds me of like, this is like bad Shutter Island, right? Like that's the movie that this feels like.
God.
you are supposed to leave Shutter Island and go, what was real? What's the thing? What's this? And like, it'd be interesting if in the end of Shutter Island, all the characters told you what was actually happening and what they were, but that would make it more helpful. I feel like I'd leave going, I understand Shutter Island better, but I don't think I'd like it as much. So
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I also want to talk about Angela a little bit here, because this is the part where I was like, I feel like the change here is honestly kind of gross.
Okay, yeah. What is it?
So Angela, like I said, is a real person in the video game Silent Hill 2. And the scene with her in this is kind of like a combination of her two climactic scenes. Which is like, so that room that he goes to with the pistons like pumping in and out, and the bed monster, that is a room that you go to in Silent Hill 2 where you have like a kind of boss fight with this bed monster. And it's interesting because it's actually very unlike every other room in the game, which is theorized. This is not a confirmed thing, but like people suggest that that's because this is James going into Angela's Silent Hill. Like, this is what it's like for her, because she is implied to have had like kind of sexual trauma, possibly from family or otherwise, like, responsible adult figures in her life. And so that's why the bed monster is like that. But I say like that in the game, it's called the Abstract Daddy, which you can only know by like looking in the game files, to be clear. And it is sort of like a bed shape, and you can make out like kind of two human figures, a sort of larger one on top of a smaller one. And so you can look at that and be like, is that what's going on? And it's like, not subtle, but it's, it makes you think. As opposed to in this movie, when you see that, and then Angela dissolves into the bed monster, and the bed monster's like assaulted face becomes Angela, and its assaulter face becomes her dad's face, and she screams and is like, oh no, this is bad and I hate it. But also, they combine this with her final scene, which is you find her in like a part of the hotel that's just on fire, and like you can't get up to her because the staircase is on fire. And James tries to help her. He's like, let me help you, like, get out of here. And she's like, you can't. It's always like this for me. And then she kind of just walks away. And it's sort of this like really heartbreaking thing about like, you can't make someone get over their trauma or their grief. Like, you can try to help them, but ultimately, like, some people just are not going to get over it. It's too much. And like, it's really sad. And in this one, instead, she relives her trauma excruciatingly and then explodes. And then that's it.
Yeah, she becomes a big fire thing and then breathes fire all over him.
And it's like, to reference such a serious subject matter and do nothing with it besides, it's kind of fucked up, isn't it? As opposed to the game, which is like trying to say something about grief and trauma, is like, that does not sit well with me.
But she does breathe fire at him and stuff.
That's true.
Pretty cool.
She does do that. So it's impossible to say if it's bad or not.
Yeah, it's true.
But that makes sense. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty bizarre way to end this. Or it's a pretty bizarre way to try to tie her narrative back to, like, if you were like, all right, well, we're going to make this character the same one as Mary because that's just what we're doing in this movie. Well, then what happened to Mary? And it's like, well, she was part of a weird cult and stuff, and they led by her father. And it just, it makes it all very confusing. This feels like it would work in like a show. There was one episode that was this episode,
Yeah.
Right.
The movie has no time.
The Angela episode.
Yeah.
And then everyone, when they're talking about the show later, would be like, oh, "God, the Angela episode? Wow,
I hated that one."
I was imagining a version of this that's good, and everyone was like, "That's like the one episode that's wildly different from every other episode," where everyone's like, "Wow, that was so cool how they did that. God, what a great episode."
We love that shit. We love it in Last of Us. We love it in Wonder Man. We love it in fucking The Leftovers.
That's so right. Good. It's everyone's favorite thing.
And yeah, would have been interesting, but instead, no.
But instead, she explodes, and then she's gone forever. Goodbye,
it's
Angela.
A big pile of stuff too. Like it's like a carcass left over from whatever just happened.
Yeah, but we don't have time to think about that. We gotta get to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time I spin that wheel, hey?
Yeah, it's definitely one more spin in that wheel for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say give that wheel a
Let's go ahead and give it a whoa, tick, 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 tick. DJ, land on one of yours.
Hey, it's me. This is like a pretty quick one. Yo, you can get that bus.
I was just gonna say that.
It's crazy to me that this bus is coming for Mary, and she's gonna get on the bus, but Chucklefuck James kind of messes it up with his suitcase antics. Like, the bus sees you're there, and he's there, and it's on the suitcase.
Empty road.
Yeah.
No one behind them, no one ahead of them.
No one.
One suitcase at this point that is the one that has exploded and clothes came out of it, but everything else is fine.
And all the stuff is in a 5 meter radius.
Yes.
Not even 5 meter, like 5 foot radius.
Yeah. Just gobble it all up, put it in your arms, hug it real tight, and get on the bus. But otherwise, Mary's like, no, go ahead, bus. Okay, guys, what if the reason they were taking her blood in the ritual, I can't explain why they were eating the blood, but maybe if
that's what they were doing.
Well, whatever. They were.
It's not very clear.
Yeah, they were taking away her will to get on a bus and leave Silent Hill. The ritual is like, if she ever gets near a bus, then this will remove her want to get on it. She'll just wave it, just and the way she does it too, oh, get out of here, bus.
She's like, God, I wanted to escape my eternal torment and trauma, but now that it involves putting clothes in a suitcase again, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't want to inconvenience these people. This is a bus, not a fucking I don't know, cab. Everything has to be just so. In America, our buses always on time.
Yeah, right.
They don't just let you fuck around with the bus schedule.
Also, it's the Silent Hill stop. No one got off. Only one person getting on. I think the bus driver could get up and stretch his legs a little bit. You imagine that's what they do. Also. So fine. Let's accept, whatever, the bus leaves. Then again, Chucklefuck James is just like, oh, I'm sorry about that. So where you headed? And again, not later in the movie, beginning of the movie, she's like, oh, let's head to the city. And he's like, welp, sorry about that. Guess you're screwed. I don't know why in that moment he's like, okay, I will take you to the city. Why did he have to go to Silent Hill beforehand?
Presumably that's where he was going. Like I said, it is like a vacation town.
Okay, but take her to the city, man. That's probably a good, figured it out at the end. Just do it the first time. You kind of fucked up.
Or be like, hey, when's the next bus show up? I'll wait with you.
That was the only one. They only have one bus. It comes once every 30 years.
Man. Oh, I shouldn't have waved them away because it would take a minute for me to get on it.
Yeah, I think I'd be like, all right, get in my car. We're going to catch the bus. There's nobody else on this fucking road.
Yeah, right.
If we gun it, it's a bus. We'll catch it. I'll even stop in front of the bus like an asshole. He'll lay you on. What are you going to do? Call the cops? No.
If you're him, it's like, why didn't you wave it? It's fine. We had it all taken care of.
It was just close. This would be a real bad sign. I mean, do you think, because the way that the scene is going to thing is she's so attracted to him and he's so attracted to her. They're just meant to be. But in that moment, it really does feel like she's the clothes are on the floor. What am I going to do? Yeah. But do you think he was she just must think I'm really hot and wants to stay here instead of go to the city or whatever it was she was doing, clearly with 3 suitcases, moving. I would assume, or something.
Yeah.
I guess she wants to have sex with me and maybe do some marijuana. So
yeah,
I gotta
like,
let her.
She's
a nice thing to do.
She's from Silent Hill. She's trying to move away. Maybe I'll take her back and then figure it out. That's why later when he's mad, it's like, oh, your friends are weird and I don't understand anything. And just this whole town's a bad vibe. It's like her. It's like, why the fuck did you think I was trying to leave?
Yeah.
You brought me back here, motherfucker. So, you know, it's all James's fault. He's
also,
a real
like,
putz.
Why is she just like, well, I guess I'll go back to the cult that drinks my blood. I missed one bus. That's it.
This man is so irresistible and handsome. I guess I'll just get back in this car and be in love with him now. It'll never work,
painter.
obviously.
He's an artist, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And he's got fat blunts.
Yeah.
Too many fat blunts. So, yeah, I don't know. I just, you know, be better about getting buses. I'm going to spin this wheel again. So I'm going to go spin tick, 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 tick. Nando, this time. It landed on yours for real, Nando.
That's good that it landed on mine. And it's good that mine wasn't also, hey, you can make that bus.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Wait, are you sure it says Nando? Are you sure?
Oh, wait.
Because maybe...
That's
maybe
the Diggins one. Yeah.
It fell off, and it actually just says Diggins. It was a secret Diggins one the whole time.
I'm such an idiot. Sorry.
Wow, it tried to trick you. That's that tricksy wheel.
So cheeky.
So then it is yours. So
yeah.
Diggins, what do you think?
I have one here that says "Mercy, kill your wife for justice."
Yeah. So like, is that how the game goes?
No, my friend.
Okay.
This is the biggest, like, I don't understand what the point of this game is change, I think, out of all of them. In the game, after a long illness where it's like seems like she's just not going to get better, and James has become frustrated, he's consumed with grief and like pity and also just like anger that his life has been held up by this illness too. And, just this mixture of like both selfish and kind of like loving or selfless emotions. He smothers Mary to death with a pillow. And that is a thing you only find out when you go to the hotel. You like get to the end of the hotel, you find a videotape, you put it in, you see this like tape play where he does that. And James remembers that is what happened. In this movie, but yeah, so I just want to like say like, so it's like a difficult thing. Like some people ultimately still feel sympathetic to James because he's so guilty over this and because, she's been sick for so long, blah, blah, blah. Some people think he's a piece of shit. Some people think he's selfish and he did it for bad reasons and like, he should never have done it. And it's like, it's a thing that is complicated and like morally ambiguous and like people can have discussions about and like can disagree over because it's meant to be that way. It's meant to be complicated and like not clear cut. In this movie, James, who hasn't been around for her illness, really, because he left because he found them, they drank her blood and he was like, this is weird, we're leaving. And she's like, I don't want to leave suddenly for no reason. And he's like, well, I'm going to leave anyway because I don't want to see them drink your blood all the time.
That's a good point.
And then he came back later and she's dying because they drank so much of her blood. She's dying.
Yeah, too much blood drinking.
And he's like, can I do anything for you, Mary? And I have to tell you, this is not an exaggeration for the listener. She takes I think it's like gauze or something. It's not a pillow, but she like takes it, puts it in his hand and pulls his hand over her face to be like, please kill me, James. It's the only thing I want. It's the only thing you can do for me. You'll be a hero for doing it. This is the right, good thing to do, James. And only then does he kill her.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think he got it. I don't think the director understood the game. I don't think he got it.
Oh, really? Where do you think they missed the mark, Diggins?
Yeah.
You know, it just feels like you looked at the game and were like, James is the main character, which means he's like me, which means he's a cool guy who does good things. Because I'm a cool guy who does good things.
Of course, of course.
So we got to make sure when he does the thing that the whole game hinges on, that it's very clear that he's doing it for cool good guy reasons.
Right.
So nobody thinks I'm not a cool good guy.
Yeah. 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 You know, the cultist problem, maybe, but also the whole thing's bad. But like, it makes it so confusing. Like, the ethics of it. But, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know why they ended it this way. It's fucking...
It just completely robs the entire story of its power to just be like, you know, it's all fine. Don't even think about it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid movie.
So, DJ, as the only one of us here with a wife, what would you do
tell her if she told me?
if she was, well, let's do both scenarios. If she asked you to because she was terminally ill and in pain, or if she was terminally ill and in pain, but it had lasted a really long time and she hasn't asked you to, but you're getting kind of bored of the illness.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. No, obviously, no. If she asked me to do it, probably not. I don't know. What do I think would make her happy? I'm gonna talk her out of it. I think I'm like, look, I know this terminal illness sucks, but like, I don't know. Maybe we could play some more Kirby Air Riders together. Will that take your mind off it? Let's pivot. Let's figure out how to.
So what you're saying is we could have avoided this whole Silent Hill 2 thing if they just had a Switch 2.
Yeah, probably. So
it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame you couldn't shell out for it.
Solve a lot of problems, but yeah, no, I agree. James is an idiot, so can you blame him?
And he has that big fake beard distracting him in the scene.
It's true. Also, what's his plan with the car? Is he gonna pretend?
Oh, so this is what's called the in water ending, which is James doesn't get over it and he decides to just take Mary's corpse and commit suicide so that they could be together again.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if he was trying to stage something that made it look like they both died in a car accident and it wasn't his fault, because then it wouldn't really work the way that he has her still wrapped up like a corpse. So I was very confused about what they were going for in that one, but that I guess makes sense.
But then he just wakes up and it's a time travel plot and it's like, now you can do it right this time, James. And I'm like, it's actually
nice.
It's really funny because it's most thematically similar to I forget what this ending is called, but it's the ending I think could most be described as the bad ending, which is where James just completely denies any responsibility. He's like, no, that's not true, or I didn't do that, or if I did do it, then it was good that I did it. And you're a jerk for reminding me of it and making me feel bad. You know, the version where he just learned nothing.
Nice.
Is he takes Maria and is like leaving town and he's like, now it's me and Maria and we're just going to go do all the cool stuff Mary couldn't do. And then she ominously coughs like, oh, it's just going to happen again. But yeah, the ending where he's going to do it again because he's learned nothing is the bad ending.
Well, maybe that's what we got canonically here. We got bad James.
Well, he learned to be so good to kill his wife and then do the car thing that now he gets another chance, and the like moral of the story is don't let your girlfriend be in a cult because it's gonna make her sick. They're gonna poison her.
Don't let your loved ones be in cults is not a bad message, I'll admit.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Yeah. You know, it's gotta be tough to deal with, especially if she's the main person in the cult and they're drinking her blood.
Yeah.
You know, gotta be tricky.
What do you think they get out of drinking her blood?
I mean, you don't live forever, right? Because they're not there still, it seems like.
But we don't know if they're dead either.
Yeah. I guess if we saw them and they looked exactly the same, I'd be like, oh, they're living forever. But like, since there's nothing from that, like, there's no benefits in Silent Hill generally. I don't know. They all turn into big fucking spiders or whatever. Get big old spider butts. Maybe it's a butt thing.
Oh yeah, maybe drinking her blood turns you into a shapely ass spider wife.
Oh my god,
that could be it. Yeah. And then when he asked that one guy, like, why are you still here? He's like, well, I mean, if you've seen the fucking spiders, you'll get it. You'll see one eventually, and it will be very clear.
You seen the ass on these spiders? Oh boy, hubba hubba.
Oh my god.
Ugh, man. This is probably the worst movie we've seen all year?
Yeah, easy.
I think so. I think it is.
No question.
I think so. I don't know if it's worse than Mercy in like how its effect on the world and like what it says about culture, but it's definitely a harder thing to watch than anything we've watched this year so far.
This is a movie you shouldn't watch. You will derive no pleasure from watching this unless you're a complete sicko like me who enjoys seeing how bad a thing can be.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do this movie because I was like, I've heard it's so bad and I need to know how bad it is. And I was delighted to find out how bad it is.
It was really, really bad. And like, it's bad for people that haven't played the game too. It's bad for everybody. But it made money. Did you see that? That's the most important thing.
Oh, wow.
It also didn't cost a lot of money.
So, okay. Return to Silent Hill. Its budget, like we said, was $20 million, $23 million or something.
27 million, I think.
27, yeah. So, like, you figure this would be kind of like The Bride, where it would make like $2 million, but $45 million. So it probably covered its marketing and stuff. Like, that's not terrible. Apparently, vast majority of its earnings, 37 plus million, so everything but 6 million, came from international markets. So maybe in other countries, people like this. Yeah.
Maybe really in other countries, they don't really understand English that well, so they're just sort of like, they don't follow the plot, but they see the shapely ass on the spider, and they're like,
boom.
Right.
I like the ass part.
And they see Pyramid Head, and they're like, that's from the games.
And he's doing a wrestling match with the spider wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get into this.
So that makes total sense to me. The more now that I think about it, like this could kind of be a hit, or at least I hope they make another one. It just deserves. You said there's how many games of this?
God, there's so many Silent Hill games.
Okay, but the second one is like the best.
The second one is widely considered the best.
Is the third one like any good? Like, would that potentially be an interesting?
Third one is still a great game.
Okay.
4 is divisive. And then there's a long period of shit before it gets good again.
Well, I hope they make I hope they make a fourth movie, which would be the one of the third game, because whatever, who knows? Maybe it'll work. Oh, by the way, is this woke?
Oh, right. No, because there's nothing woke about it, right?
No, because it has shapely spider asses, and it thinks killing your wife is good.
Yeah. Well, where are we on that as a society? Like, assisted suicide, is that the woke or unwoke position?
I feel like we don't really talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
And even if it were, I don't think it's enough to make the movie woke. It's like,
definitely what the libertarians like. But
but they're crazy.
I wouldn't say this is particularly woke either.
Yeah. And then Nando, could you defeat it?
No. I don't understand what it is. I don't ever get eaten by this
Pyramid Head would just like kill you and be like,
kill me, even though it's me. It would still get me.
Well, Nando, the question is, Do you think you are carrying enough around enough sublimated guilt and trauma that if you went to Silent Hill, it would make a monster version for you?
Okay, that to that answer, probably not. The other reason I would not be in this, I would solve this movie, is because I, for a couple of years, worked as a bellhop at a hotel. I know how to hold a suitcase. She'd get on that bus. Nice. Like, I would just hand it to her. I wouldn't explode it because I'm just holding it with one hand, like haphazardly. It would be much more of a tight operation, and everybody would be fine.
Okay. You know? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the lesson: is do pick up things. Be careful when you pick things up, because they might fall.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm glad we could all learn that important lesson.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
So do you guys want to get to our classic segment?
I would love to.
I would love that.
All right, let's recommend some things to the fine people. DJ, what do you have to recommend?
I'll do a quick recommendation here. So I've been watching the Oscar movies, and I'm like, as of now, I got 3 to go. I have not seen Hamnet, Train Dreams, or The Secret Agent.
I was really ready to guess Train Dreams was one of the 3.
I also still need to watch Train Dreams and The Secret Agent.
No one's seen it. It's never
I'm
been
going
seen.
to.
No one has seen it.
Yeah,
Every time they filmed it, they put the little reel of film in a little box and then put it away. And they're like, no one can ever see this.
It's a Netflix movie, so they did do that.
Yeah.
But what I did watch, and I liked a lot of them, but what I just really want to hone on is Marty Supreme. I very much enjoyed Marty Supreme. Chalamet is great. It's a Safdie movie, so like get ready. It's like, it's weird. It's very silly, but like everything around the silliness is like very important. That you're like, wait, am I watching? Like, what am I watching? Like, how's this happening? It's so high paced and it's done very well. As to the ping pong of it all, I gotta say, the movie doesn't explain or table tennis. They don't explain ping pong or table tennis to you at all. It's not important, but there's a couple things I wanted to know. Like, I kind of picked up on it, but like really,
like strategies or rules.
It's like, not to spoil anything, but I want to know like why the guy who is the main guy that Marty Supreme has to fight, he kind of like serves differently, and that's like the way you probably see people serve today. You've ever watched ping pong during like the Olympics, I guess, and I want to know why that's so good and why it's like better and stuff like that.
Is that like that choppy thing where you kind of go down like this instead of smacking it?
Right?
Yeah. I've seen that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he has a double-sided paddle,
and that's
it's got different textures on the two sides.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's very enjoyable regardless. I leave stuff on the table. It makes it a thinker. And I don't want to spoil stuff. It's just good. It's really good. Chalamet's really good.
Better than opera? That's Timothy Chalamet. He just can't win.
Oh yeah, I know.
Maybe he will. We'll find out on Sunday.
I don't know.
Will. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wanted to have the Leo arc where he doesn't win for like 20 years, and then whatever his equivalent of fighting a bear will be to.
And then he wins for a movie that's actually not very good.
Yeah. But wait, but Leo, at least his arc was like, oh, Leo didn't win. What would it be if he was annoying about it? It's like 10 years in, he was just like, you fuckers don't award me enough. I would never want him to win. Or maybe I'd be like, just fucking give him one.
Yeah,
okay?
I think this would be interesting. That's kind of why I want to see it.
That could be fun.
But watch Marty Supreme. It's good and it's fun.
And everybody in the cast is a good person and not a piece of shit, right? There's nobody in there where you're like, that guy sucks.
Who are the bad ones? Kevin O'Leary, bad.
That's the only one I can think of. I don't know who else is in that cast.
Also, I don't think he's like a very compelling like actor. I think he's doing the Mike Francesa thing where is this like a Safdie thing where it's like we have to cast like some fucking guy.
Right. I don't think he's a great actor. I think he's well suited to the role they put him in this movie.
Yeah, he's just doing him. So
see, I assumed, is he not a producer on this movie or something?
I don't know.
I know he's not. Yeah.
Why? Yes.
That explained it for me, so I have no idea how he got in this.
I mean, either. But yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It's fine. He has one line that I think is like kind of funny, but it's like that's a writer thing.
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, and he delivers it like halfway decently. So I'm like, oh, okay. But I would have preferred a different actor in that role, or an actor in that role. So that's that. That's all I have for this week. I'm still watching a show that I'm not sure if I want to wreck or not. Nando knows what it is. But I've only seen 3/4 of the first episode, so I'm not ready to make a determination of a certain new Netflix reality show that will. You may want to skip. So that's it. Diggins, what do you have to wreck?
I got a couple. I'll go through them pretty quick. I'm gonna start with I watched a movie called.
That's what I'm talking about.
I watched a movie called To Live and Die in L.A.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's a William Friedkin movie. He made The French Connection, which I have wrecked previously. This is a similar movie, obviously in L.A. instead of New York. But it is about a cop. Well, actually, he's a Secret Service agent. But he's one of the ones on like the currency beat. He's after a counterfeiter. And after his partner gets killed, he like goes after the counterfeiter that they were tracking with increasingly extreme methods.
Oh.
So it's sort of this spiral of him just getting like deeper and deeper in abusing the law and how that sort of affects the people around him. It's a really, really bleak movie, but it's really fun too. It starts with him and his partner foiling a terrorist trying to kill Reagan, and the guy explodes in midair. I know. And it has like great car chase scenes, of course, because William Friedkin hated traffic laws and the safety of passengers. And the counterfeiter, the villain of the movie, is played by a young, sexy Willem Dafoe.
I'm looking at pictures now. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What a face.
And if you ever wanted to see a young, sexy Willem Dafoe's ass, well, this might just be the movie for you.
Okay, well, that sounds great. It's on Tubi apparently, so that's
it's also on the Criterion Channel. It was part of their Stunts collection, which was a February collection, but I think it's still up on there. And that's where I watched it. Then a show I watched was a Netflix show called Strip Law.
What is that?
It's an animated show about a lawyer in Las Vegas. And the general conceit is just like he's like a very straight-laced lawyer, but he partners with a magician because in Las Vegas, like nobody gives a shit and the judges just want you to be entertaining. So like the magician helps him like make his cases be more entertaining so that he can actually win. As far as like characters and plot and everything, it's a very thin show. There's really not a lot going on. But in terms of jokes, the show's got some jokes. Let me tell you. I was laughing quite frequently while watching. So like I wouldn't expect a lot of depth out of it, but if you're just like, I would like to watch a high density of jokes, many of which hit, some of which are some real heaters, then I think Strip Law is pretty good.
Nice. Might check that out.
And then finally, this is going to be a super quick one. I watched Taskmaster. It is good. Everyone's right.
Yeah. Which ones did you watch?
I've kind of been jumping around. I started with the Jason Mantzoukas season because I was curious about that.
Very recent, yep.
Yeah, it's series 19.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched the one after that because it was the most recent one, and I watched the James Acaster season.
That one's a very good one.
Yeah. So it's really funny. They have the tasks are extremely silly in a way that It's fun to see how different people approach them, and to think, and it's very good at making you think like, this is how I would beat it if I were them.
Oh man,
which is really how they get you. But it's also just sorry, you go.
I was gonna say, have you seen Jason Mantzoukas just like reach out and was like, I would like to be on this show, and then they were like, okay, here's what it is. He's like, no, I know, I'm just gonna do it, and then that's like, what a dream. Just be like, I'd like to be on Taskmaster just to see if I can win it. But
Apparently they thought they had to pitch him on it. They were like, oh, we've got this meeting. We have a chance to convince this big American comedian to come on the show. And then he was like, no, I asked for this meeting. I want to be on this.
It's great.
Just worked out really well for everyone involved.
Except for everybody that had to deal with him on the set. And
except for the production staff.
Destroyed. Those people were probably a little pissed, but otherwise, it's very good. He was a great first American too, and they tried. They had Canadians. You haven't interacted with too many of the Canadians, but
I don't think so. I've seen Australians and New Zealanders.
So there's a couple of Canadians that show up early, and then you're like, that seems like an American, but it's not. But
they tricked you.
But Jason Mantzoukas is pretty good, and I would say you really can't just go back to the beginning too, because some of the original ones are so funny. But the James Acaster season is one of the best ones. So that's a good one to be on.
Yeah. So
and then when you get done with that, you watch the New Zealand Taskmaster, and then I don't know what's the next one after that. Maybe then you take a break. But for me, it was like I got to see something else, and it was New Zealand. It was pretty fun.
We'll see how deep I get in there, but it is really fun. It's all on YouTube. You can just go right through it. It's super good. What about you, Nando? Do you have anything to rec?
Sure, I do. I have two things. Besides The Bride, which I saw and didn't like, so I won't rec that. I don't think I've watched a movie this week, but I did watch two shows, came back. I don't remember. Did I rec Paradise last week?
I don't think so.
It's hard to rec because I do think there's still something to it. Like if you have never seen it and you've never, not even the first season, this is the second season. But if you've never seen it, I would say give it a shot because it's pretty cool, but you don't really want to know what's going on the whole time. And that makes it less fun, especially for the first episode. I will say this series does that thing where in the second season, it starts with an episode following some random character and it's like, oh, it's this episode. It feels a little more like Lost, but still it's interesting. So I know people that don't love that character and that plot line, but I do think overall the show is still interesting. And I'm curious because we're on episode 4, curious where this is going to go, because there's kind of a point at the end of episode 4 where it's like, oh, this is something that's happening. I don't want to get too much into it. It also might be bad. I have not really checked in with other people that have watched it. I will say, for something I think is good and would recommend, and I know I recommended this when the first season came out, but the second season of the Ted Show released on Peacock this week, and it's still really funny and much funnier than I would expect, considering I watched Ted 2 the other day to just see, is this good? And it's not really, but there's bits that are funny, but overall it just doesn't really work. And then I watched Ted 1, and Ted 1's also kind of funny, but this is definitely funnier than them. It's also more, because it takes place in the past, it's got a little bit more to say about stuff from perspective that is a little cleaner, whereas now they're making edgy jokes in the future, and you're like, this might not work. But the stuff that they're making fun of in the past, the OJ trial and stuff, it's that's a lot safer of a joke to make an interesting point about. I would say the guy that plays the kid, I don't know his name, but he's good. And he doesn't even seem like Mark Wahlberg, which is really impressive. But he is going to be eventually Mark Wahlberg. Although I believe this is the final season, because it's expensive. And I'm shocked they make it, because it looks good. The bear looks good. And also it's set in the past. So that's going to be expensive. But they did a couple of interesting episodes this season, including there is an abortion episode this season that's interesting. And there's also a Dungeons and Dragons episode this season that is interesting, where, from what I understand, the kid, and by kid, he's probably 30 or whatever. Well, let's see. The person who plays young Mark Wahlberg, is he? Okay, yeah. He seems like he's...
I'll say he probably is. I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm looking him up now. I don't think I've seen him in anything before. His name is Max Burkholder. 97. So what do we think? Yeah. So in his like
so 19.
What?
Wait, he was
97.
born in 97? Wait, that would make him 29.
Yeah, he's getting up there. But he looks young, and also it's a TV show, so like you just kind of go with it. But apparently, and he was in Invincible. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and I guess he was in The Orville. Oh, and he did some Family Guy voices. That makes sense. Oh, and he was in Parenthood. Oh, I watched Parenthood.
Are you sure you're not looking at Seth MacFarlane's credits?
No, I'm not. Yeah, but this guy. Okay, so apparently, from what I understand, he is a big fan of Brennan Lee Mulligan, so that's why they did the Dungeons and Dragons episode, and they get Brennan in that episode, and it's pretty good.
Oh,
I don't know if
interesting.
it's quite as funny as the Community Dungeons and Dragons episode, but it's up there, and like it'll last longer because there's no blackface in it, so like you could still watch it today.
They put that back up. It's on Peacock.
Oh, they did. Oh, good for them. Good for them. But yeah, this one I think like if you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, you probably just go straight to season 2, episode 3, and watch it and pretty much understand who everybody's supposed to be. But it's one of those shows where like it's got a fun premise and individual jokes in the episode are fun. Not everything hits, but it's like it's kind of fun. I don't know. Make it fun. Most of the jokes are made at the expense of Boston, which I love, because Boston is a very silly place.
Mm-hmm.
So that part's good. And yeah, it's on Peacock. There's 8 episodes, and they're going to make an animated show apparently, but it seems like the animated show is going to take place in the present. And it's going to have like Mark Wahlberg and Amanda Seyfried back for that. So this seems like it's the end of Kid Ted.
Ann Lee herself?
That's right. Ann Lee, housemaid mom, whatever her name was. In those 2 good movies we both watched. And yeah, so definitely worth. I would say if you're curious, give it a shot. If you even kind of remember enjoying the first Ted movie, you'll probably like it. And yeah, it's pretty good. All right, well, that's great. Thank you to me, which is I said that. So then, what do you guys want to do next week, you guys? What do we? Is it
The Bride?
Well, or is it like Project Hail Mary? Is this week or next week?
It's.
And then
I think it's next week.
There's also still Hoppers, which
That's
also
true.
You
feels
really
like a
can't
movie that
get
would
you
be
off
fun.
Hoppers, huh? I think Project Hail Mary is next week. I think it's
Hail
the
Mary
20th.
comes out on the 19th. So yeah, next week.
Next week, yeah.
So I mean, we could do The Bride, we could do Hoppers, we could do. There was something else that just hit VOD that was kind of fun. I can't remember what it was.
War Machine.
War Machine.
They finally did a spin-off movie for War Machine.
Finally, a white War Machine. It's been a long time coming. I was like, yeah, Terrence Howard, he's kind of my War Machine, but we're a little off. And then they got Don Cheadle, and I was like, there's something I still don't like about it. And then they got Alan Richardson. I was like, that's him, maybe. Yeah.
Reacher himself?
The Reacher. Reacher's back, and he's seems bad in it because it looks pretty bad. I like him generally, so I'm kind of, maybe I will even watch it. But yeah, maybe The Bride. Is there not what comes out this week?
This week might be
There must
nothing.
be something, right? Or is
Gap
are movies just scared of the Project Hail Mary movie?
Or is it like Oscar week? Do you just like not release things during Oscar week?
I mean, there's things coming out. I don't think there's a major release.
Oh, there's that fucking Glenn Powell. Oh no, that's probably on VOD though. If we want to do that, I don't want to do that though.
Undertone. The fuck is that?
No. When does this Murder House hide and seek house come out?
Ready or Not 2?
Yeah.
I think not till the end of the month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think anything's coming out this weekend, the 13th. So
Well, watch the Oscars, everybody.
yeah. I mean, yeah. So we'll see. You'll find out soon. Until the last thing we have to do is plugs. DJ, do you have anything to plug for the fine people?
Oh, I do, Nando. It's it hasn't. Well, we haven't recorded it yet, but it'll probably be available soon. But Nando and I's, it's going to be our farewell episode for Love Is Blind season 10, talking about the reunion on Roses and Rejections on the Pop Break Network. We've gotten great reception for what we've done so far. But yeah, so listen to the reunion pod for Love Is Blind season 10. We'll have things to say, I'm sure. We haven't recorded it yet, but yeah. I bet it's great. I bet it's awesome.
We've seen the reunion, so we know.
Yeah. I certainly have things to say. But check that out on the Pop Break podcast feed, wherever you get your podcasts. And then Diggins. And Diggins, what about you?
Nope.
All right, and then mine is that I think it's videos. You go to YouTube, and look up Nando V Movies. I put a video about the X-Men and stuff. That was fun. Nando cut video about Space Jam. What if the X-Men were Space Jam? Did that one too. You can find all that stuff on all the websites. And until next week, you guys. Been Nando V Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Zippy by Day on all this stuff.
I'm at C Diggins, exclusively on Bluesky.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.